Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a wonderful Wednesday night. And you know what that means. That means there's another live stream. That means there's another Dynamite. We're going to get into AEW here tonight. It's going to be a fun one, folks. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe. The night is actually pretty stacked up all of a sudden. So we're going to talk all about that, and we're going to have a fun one. So grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Don't go anywhere. We got lots to get into. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anybody else out there. We're back at it again, doing it on another level. It's going to be a fun one. This one kind of creeped up on us coming out of Full Gear. Announced 3 matches today, plus 2 additional matches. It's going to be a fun one, but we're going to go through all the action. We have all the reaction to all of it. Make sure you get in that chat, say hello. Don't be shy. And folks, I will remind everybody out there, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. And that is big.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, we've got another Wednesday night Dynamite. To quote Tony Storm. But 100%, I like that we have the Continental Classic tonight. I know we kind of went back and forth about whether they were actually going to do anything tonight because it is Thanksgiving Eve, like Christmas Eve. It's where the turkey comes down the chimney chute, I guess. Gives you a stuffing in your stocking. Pause. But happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. But I like that this is carrying over the energy I feel from Full Gear. This is a stat card we're excited about tonight because there's however you feel about when they were going to start the Continental Classic, this is a stacked lineup, I feel.
Yeah, tonight's stacked. I mean, the matches on the surface, on paper, are excellent. There's some filler matches in there, triple threat with the ladies and a trios match that, But, I mean, there's a lot going on. Plus, we're going to I think we're getting the rechristening of Luchasaurus. And
Pause? Yeah, I didn't know we were going to church. I mean, while it's around a holiday and everything, it sounds very much like a brisk or something like that.
I was going to say, at least it's not a brisk.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, I don't know if you can christen or, snip.
How do you baptize a dinosaur?
Exactly.
Serious question, Tony Khan. Serious question.
But the Continental Classic will kick off tonight with 3 matches. Swerve Strickland, Jay Lethal, Jay White, Roosh, and then also Moxley. And who's Moxley fighting?
Moxley is fighting. Trying to read the card.
Mark Briscoe.
Briscoe. There we go.
Yeah. So what I do like about this, and the more I thought about it, I mean, the weakness in AEW, whether people want to believe it or not, has been the ability to write story, the ability to make rivalries matter. This might be an actual way to pull it off. And again, you don't have to write a whole lot. Just make compelling matches. Who's going to go over who's going to tie? I think we're going to get a good amount of like 20-minute draws coming up, especially I was really surprised Moxley's in this tournament, and I'm surprised by a couple of people left off, and we can talk about that.
Remind me about that because I'd want to touch on because we've already seen the chat kind of pop off here real quick, but remind me on that because I am very interested because I saw some people even on Discord talking, didn't NXT just go already do this with the Heritage Cup when to me this is built more around the G. This is the G1.
Yeah, but it's the same format, right? 2 divisions, exact same setup, right? So very similar, and I understand what people are saying. I mean, if it was the other way around, and I'm sure when they did the Heritage Cup, the people out there were just like, "Oh, it's just like the G1." So
I'll say my point then, and then I'll get to the chat and everything. Yep. So I know normally with the G1, there's normally a lot of forethought and a lot of planning that goes into that ahead of time. Like you said, every match is built to a different story. Like they had to even course correct. If Eddie said, I'm going to defend the title in every match I'm in during this whole tournament. And Tony had to be like, no, we're not doing that. So could it be, because I don't expect Tony to have this all planned out. If he did, then he's been hiding being an idiot booking savant, like this whole time. Could it be just they have enough talent and enough depth of talent that they can just throw some shit against the wall with this many people and something's going to come out of here that's going to be pretty goddamn good? Like, we're getting Jon Moxley versus Mark Briscoe tonight. I don't see a story there, but that seems like a hell of a match to see.
Yeah, I mean, part of me is intrigued in the sense of, like, Swerve's in this, so does that mean Swerve is done with Paige? Jay White's in this. Does that mean he's done with MJF? And do we try? To me, it feels a little bit like going back to when AEW first started. We're going to be sports-based wrestling, and there's going to be records. Now, they still show us, like, Sky Blue is 32-3 this year, but it means absolutely nothing because you could be 33-2 and somebody who's 1-17 gets a title shot. So This actually holds them accountable. And again, if every week or as long as this tournament's going until World's End, shit, just do every season. Like, do it like 6 months blocks of, like, we're seasonal and only certain people can be in the league.
Well, or even if it just comes back constantly, like a G1, like this is your a March Madness type deal, anything like that. If it's a repeat thing, I know Tony likes to do that lately. We've already gone back to All In and All Out and everything. Yeah, I like that idea. This lineup is stacked. But speaking of lineups, let's talk to the peoples.
Let's say hello.
Right, as
Bradley
already becoming a member. Appreciate you, my guy, and gifted a member. Well, folks, it is the season of giving, so 100% make sure you give the best gift you can to any wrestling fan out there, and that is the Wrestling for Life Network.
I like it. No, thank you so much, Bradley.
Alexis says Hammerstone has been granted his release, but is going to finish the storyline he's involved in. I actually had to look this up. That is accurate, according to Fightful.
That is accurate. Yeah. So, I mean, good on him. I mean, doing good business, not burning bridges. And I know Court Bauer can be a little temperamental or
litigious. Litigious tends to be the term.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, finish up your dates and get the hell out of there. Now the question becomes, or the curiosity will become, what's next?
How many other people asked for their release? We already had Lance and you're going to miss me on the tag team partner's name, but they got granted their release. I know that there's
Juicy Fanu.
Yeah, I know that there's a luchador that works for MLW, Aries, that was asking for his release as well. So how many people does Jacob Fatu get a release now?
Yeah, and I mean, a couple of wrestlers have gone public about, saying, like, we're joining a collective of people who've all decided to bail on this ship. And it's very interesting. Hammerstone was one of the cornerstones, pun intended, I guess, of MLW. So, yeah, if you lose Jacob, if you start losing more and more names, you're in trouble.
Speaking of more and more names, Steven Chambers, what up? Wolves from Fan 606. Hi, guys. I'm new here. Glad to be part of the great community. Appreciate you, my guy.
Welcome, Wolves. Welcome. Thank you for being a part of the fam.
Anthony, Eric, y'all having a conversation like a asshole, respectfully, with Thanksgiving here.
I mean, now you can too, technically. You just
I didn't know that until after the fact. Here, my honorary Canadian citizenship hadn't passed by the time you had Canadian Thanksgiving.
The next one.
Right. Tony, what up? Trey, what up? Well, we got everybody up here.
Yeah, we're loaded. Damien, Victor, Steve.
Boston, tell me to get out of here because this is normally your night.
No, it's never just my night, but it's good to have company on a Wednesday.
Right. Rocco, what up? Corey, screw you. Yo, I just got here. How many entrances did I miss? Screw you.
Corey.
For anyone that doesn't get that joke, no one wants
if we start Dynamite with two people already in the ring, I'm gonna shit a cat.
Jobber entrance. That means Tony listens. And he hates me. Daniel, what up? Tony Khan presents the Bargain Basement G1 for yet another title they don't need to distract people into looking at shiny things to ignore crappy booking.
I have two things to say about that real quick.
Balloons, by the way.
One, is that nobody's talking about the fact that essentially the Ring of Honor title is no more.
I
Like,
hate that.
it's merging.
Trust me, I hate the fact that the New Japan
Like,
that this is a Triple Crown title. I hate that. I
mhm.
dislike that, honestly,
Like,
respectfully.
for the
That kills
uber
the Ring of
smart
Honor
marks,
title lineage. I hate that.
yeah, like you had all this faith in Tony taking over Ring of Honor, and we hoped he would, it was exciting that Ring of Honor wasn't going to die.
That's
This
the
to
final
me,
Hatsui on the grave. That's the final skin rubbing some salt in the wound in the
yeah,
casket there. That's
Samoa Joe just
pissing
treated the
on a
TV.
grave.
Yeah, the Samoa Joe just treated the TV champion like it was a 24/7 belt, and he's Nikki Cross missing the garbage. And
Right.
now the other title, your main title that Eddie finally gets, and I don't think Eddie's winning this tournament, but your Ring of Honor title is essentially no more.
I strongly dislike that. I don't know. This should go to being like a number one contendership or something like that. This
Mhm.
shouldn't be another championship. The international championship already still, I
Existed.
mean, you've done it, stayed amongst like two people the whole time.
Well, and I think it's hilarious that you have an international, your IC belt, and then you have the Continental. One day we're going to merge them, and you'll have. Wait a minute.
We're waiting for the AEW World Universe Championship.
Right? No shit. But and the other question I have about that whole situation, as far as people's perception that this is a way for Tony to avoid his crappy booking, but that's kind of what I said off the hop here tonight, Daniel. Is if you kind of just give up on that hope and go, well, you know what? They don't really tell great stories. Then to me, this might be a way to make the show more tune-inable, more watchable if it's something like this. Oh,
Lean
I
into
got
your
the
strength of really great, of better, but at
oh
times, arguably better in ring action. Terrible
yeah,
stories of how we got here, but
mhm,
lean into the good matches.
yeah. At least we have a reason for the two people to be in the match. I got the opening to Dynamite.
I still, I had to refresh, but I was getting the end of Big Bang
Let me
Theory
know
here.
when you
But I
get
still,
the main AEW Dynamite logo, sir.
I'm getting end of Big Bang and pause. But speaking of big things, we got Big Randy here. Pause.
Big Randy
We are
saying hello. This is
all the
Big
way
Nick.
behind. Right, we're all the way behind on the chat here. Hello, Nick and KJ, and all the other beautiful people. Hope you're having a great night and happy Thanksgiving. I'm grateful to have such a cool, unbiased tag stream to watch every other night.
Every night.
You're right.
Did you get the title yet?
Who? What? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I've got pyro and everything. I've got Ric Flair's energy drink. I got distracted reading things. I'm sorry. Shiny object.
No, it's a common occurrence. But now I'm getting the
Vitamins.
graphic
Oh no.
for the Continental Cup. I keep
Okay.
calling it the Continental Cup.
Well, that goes like we said earlier. Some people feel like because NXT just did this recently with the Heritage Cup, it's kind of similar-ish.
Mhm. Yeah, and again, I kind of give them a little bit of leeway with that because I mean I don't hold them accountable for you know the WWE wasn't the first to do it. We've had tournaments before, blah 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 blah. So fine, screw it. But like I said, maybe it is a way to kind of create stories. And I would say this: MJF is not advertised in any way, shape, or form tonight. I have not seen that once today.
Right. Now I get the tournament rules for the Continental Classic.
Yes.
Okay.
John Moxley, Mark Briscoe. I don't want to see Briscoe go under, man.
Well, both groups, it's kind of interesting to look at who you think is going to win each group and everything. We've got the
Mhm.
blue group, which is Danielson, Andrade, Brody King, Claudio, Garcia, and Eddie, which hope against hope, but you're in the same bracket as Daniel Bryan. You're kind of like Jamaica in the same bracket as US. It's going to be an interesting matchup there. And then in the gold group, we have John Moxley, Swerve, Roosh, Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal, and Jay White.
There you go. And they have not revealed what the new title looks like yet. So be very interesting your take on the new title and how we feel about it.
I'm going to probably hate it just because of even the lineage. Now I'm going to definitely hate it unless it looks badass. I'm going to definitely hate it because of the lineage.
Yeah, here comes Swerve Strickland taking on Jay Lethal tonight. So again, some people would say crazy booking. We got two heels going at it, blah, blah, blah. But in a tournament style, it's just about two guys going in there and having it out.
Right. as I've
What's
got
up,
Swerve
Bobby?
now. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have Swerve yet. I just still got the picture-in-picture replay. Oh, do
I
you got the
got
picture-in-picture replay?
no. I
Oh,
have music. I have him walking out right now.
all right.
Trying to sync up.
It's okay. You got the picture-in-picture now.
Nope. I have him walking down the ramp, and they even in his title placard and everything. Now I've got picture-in-picture. That they even mentioned winner of the Texas Death Match at Full Gear. Like that match is still that's the one thing that's still talked about from Full Gear, respectfully.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I mean a lot of mixed emotions. Again, if you like the big spots, death match style, you loved it, thought it was great. I enjoyed it, but I did have some issues with several things that happened in it. And again, where does no Hangman Page? Is he going to take a sabbatical with his buddies, the Bucks?
I don't think so. I think honestly, Hangman's probably the most over he's been, honestly, in quite a while, if debatably in AEW. Respectfully, I'll say. Granted,
Right.
now the drinking blood spot, I just don't need to see that on like every indie show from now until eternity. Please just don't do that.
Oh, don't try this at home, folks. What's
Right.
up?
That's
7 a.m. in Sweden. Just got to Sweden. You're watching from Sweden. I don't know if anyone else has ever claimed to be in Sweden while watching us. So shout out, Bobby.
Are you in Amsterdam, sir? Or is that the wrong country? I must sound
It's
terrible.
definitely the wrong country. It's definitely the wrong country. I didn't want to
Sorry.
correct you.
Terrible. I'm an idiot. I'll stop talking now.
You American.
I'm a terrible American. Boo, Boo Earns. Boo this
right.
man.
Big Randy with some stickers. Keyshawn's back in it. Kingston's winning it all. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about who we're taking.
I want Kingston, but I don't.
Yeah, I got Daniel.
That's gonna be super great. The odds are not in my favor, Katniss Everdeen.
Hey, this is a chance in the tournament style. If you build him up proper, it's possible.
100%. If you catch lightning in a bottle again, like what you had with him after the Players Tribune piece and everything, 100%. I appreciate the shit out of that comment.
Right.
But does that not almost feel though like then you need to maybe he's the head of this division if this is a thing? That's what I'm hoping, I guess, is that they go with that route. If they pull,
but what
it's
would
a
the
fucking
division
miracle
be?
play.
Like, what would it like? I don't get
just bad motherfuckers. That's your
guess.
BMF title.
All right, I guess. Nick and KJ are the GOAT in the wrestling stream community. GOATs. Yeah, no, thank you, Anthony. I agree.
Right. Again, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated.
What's up? Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Somebody had a big one. I wanted to.
So I've got Jay Lethal and Swerve going at it right now. Both men fighting on the ring apron.
I'm taking Swerve.
Stand in the face.
I like the idea that we're getting Jay Lethal away from Jeff Jarrett.
I think he's there to eat pinfalls. Respectfully.
Yeah, I think he's going to eat several. Yeah.
That's the thing. I get that he's away from Jarrett, but doesn't he still? How long does he have to be away from Jarrett before the Jarrett stink wears off?
Again, with the audience, with the core audience, just being in the ring and doing cool shit is enough. For everyone else, I mean, again, he's serious tonight. He's not messing around. Nice tope. He's coming in with some energy. I like it, man.
It's going to take a couple matches, though, I feel, because right now, especially going against Swerve, I know we didn't fully initially ask for predictions, but everybody give us your predictions. We've got Hagen saying Strickland, Anthony saying wrestling is great, Larry saying got Swerve, etc., etc. Right now, Swerve is one of the hottest things in pro wrestling, not even just in AEW, I'll say that.
Absolutely. And he was the bleeder, not the drinker, so he's still good in my books.
Was. But he's the biggest example of WWE and the Vince McMahon era dropping the ball.
Yeah, we'll see for sure. What up? I see Boston's in the house. Chambers is with us. Steve G, Eric Tate, new faces popping up. JV's back at it again with I guess he's talking to Rio. Rio's here again.
Right. What up?
Bobby,
What
I
up?
said hello to. Oh no, we got two Bobbies in the house.
There,
Hagen
Bobby.
back.
What's up? You all happy pre-Thanksgiving day? Yeah, this is the stretchy pants before the stretchy pants.
This is the Get Limber. I will put it out
Yeah,
to
this
the
is
chat,
the stretch it and work it out here.
right? I will put it out to the chat here tonight, guys. Who are you taking in this match or in this match? But also, who do you think wins the Continental Classic?
Who you got? Who you got? I know you mentioned Eddie, but is
I'm
that your
leaning Brian.
outright pick?
I'm leaning Brian to be the front runner. I think Daniel Bryan wins it.
I feel like, unfortunately, it might be a tournament built for Brian.
Yeah.
And especially the belt. Now I can just go and defend this anywhere. I can go in Ring of Honor. I can go to Japan. I can just do whatever I want.
Right. AEW is in Chicago tonight. What a bigger way to say F you to WWE than showing the devil as CM Punk tonight in Chicago. Actually, if that happened, I think the WWE would probably be like, thanks, guys.
A bit. It's okay. So we've gotten that out of the room. We don't need to talk about it anymore.
Yeah. You're getting
no
Randy.
one's going to speculate anymore. Granted, again, it would be the greatest coup upon coups. But at least with WWE, well, we don't have to deal with that anymore.
Right. WWE needs Stephen P. New for the Continental name. Well, unfortunately, it's Intercontinental, which I feel like is enough of a deviation.
And so there's
Tony.
no I. I can't see why there would be an issue here.
Right. So enough of a deviation.
Right. Corey is talking with Steve G. Boston. Oh, this is a long one.
Ooh.
You think WWE would be all over signing Punk? I'll give you one reason why. Half of AEW's fan base is pissed Punk is gone and praise him. Sign Punk and you have the chance of taking half the fan base. Punk? Do they need to, though, with the numbers of Rampage and Collision, to quote Tony Storm again?
Oh, you mean in a head-to-head? I think just for like a general business.
Well, I get that, but I'm saying, do you really need to when you're already doing those numbers head-to-head, and we're going to get a repeat of that this weekend?
People keep bringing
now
that
we're
up.
just getting it against Survivor Series.
Yeah, I wish people would stop bringing it up. It's stupid. No offense, peeps, but it really, I mean, it's Survivor Series going up against two shows. It didn't matter if it was Dynamite. It doesn't matter what it is. It's going to, pale in comparison. But people love to find their W's where they can. So, yeah, I mean, I've said from day one that the minute Punk was fired, that we will see him in WWE because it means money. And do they need to? No. But will they? Yep. And again, I think Tony Khan pissed off a lot of internal people at the WWE when he started dicking around on Twitter, running his mouth about streaks coming to an end. Don't poke the bear.
Oh, so you think it's Triple H has dug out that golden shovel and I'm gonna just bury the shit out of this?
Oh yeah, do it out of spite. Show, if you start banking and if your viewership goes up because you signed CM Punk, aren't you gonna be the cock of the walk a little bit? Pause.
But so back to, I guess, what I was saying, and I think you might have halfway misinterpreted me there. I'm saying that WWE already might feel that they don't need to do anything like that because they already do the numbers that they do and everything like that. They're not worried about pulling half the audience because they realistically already do without Punk involved.
Yeah, but I think they want, like, if we can take a chunk of the fan base, we will.
Fair enough. But that goes back to like your point of it being just pure spite. Which is knowing Hunter and such, it's kind of valid and just WWE.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, Hunter's been like that before when, we talked about originally when AEW was about to be a thing. Hunter signed up every independent wrestler he could find and did it well. He tried to sign everybody, including people that ended up in AEW. I think, if they can do it and it makes business, and I think I saw one I wanted to click on because of that, but people thought they were getting WWE CM Punk. That's the reason he was a draw, not because he is a world-class wrestler. even if his mic skills diminished. His mic skills haven't diminished. And again, at the end of the day, he's the biggest draw in AEW, and he hasn't been there in months.
Sounds like a bitter fan base when your top prospect decides to sign a free agent deal with another team. And then you were like, well, he wasn't that good anyways. Not saying Punk even has signed with WWE, but that take to me is like, you're just a bitter ex-lover with that.
Yeah, take. And again, I don't think it's any different than anyone else. Like AJ Styles isn't the same AJ Styles he once was. Daniel Bryan's not the same Daniel Bryan he once was. I didn't expect Punk to come in and wrestle like 26-year-old Punk. I know what he is, but he moves the needle. He makes people tune in. He makes people pay attention. You put him in feuds with guys like Cody Rhodes. You put him in feuds with guys like Seth Rollins. People will tune in to see it. And that big chunk of AEW fans that miss Punk, miss a good collision, they'll tune in.
Right. Anthony, what up? Trey, what up? Jobson, what up? Victor, what up? Ash, what up? But so then how you were talking about with Hunter, not to fully take away from this match, is I'm at least back from picture in pictures. I've got both men on the top turnbuckle. Cool. With the signing of Will Ospreay, is that not, Tony stealing one of the indie guys that Hunter would have always wanted to have signed away from WWE?
Is it taking the opportunity away from the WWE? For sure. But I think until somebody becomes a free agent, it's just a pipe dream. It's hopes. So if he had become a free agent and AEW scooped him up anyway, that's a different conversation for me. But he was already kind of in your wheelhouse. And
superplex, by the way.
Big superplex by Swerve. But yeah, no, I mean, for me, at the end of the day, I give Tony full marks for making sure that guy didn't go to free agency. It's the same thing with the rumors about MJF. And I said this for a long time. I would be shocked if MJF becomes a free agent in 2024. I think MJF loves playing it up.
Yeah, that respect at times how we're critical on Tony Khan. You can't be that blindsided. If you're going to bank pretty much your entire company on a guy and you don't have him locked into a long-term deal.
Right? Oh, flatliner by Swerve rolling directly into a suplex.
I like AJ. I like this. AJ, the flat earth soccer mom. Yeah, a little bit. Respectfully. But he's still good. He's still good. He's a little weird. It's still good.
Cruising to the sunset in his minivan.
With his Xbox One. No, he just still does the old Xbox. I saw the thing going around to where he had the old school Xbox and would play one of the Madden series, like franchise modes. It was trying to break the 30-year mark on it because he heard that you could only do the franchise mode for 30 years. So he's trying to literally outplay the game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Speaking of outplaying the game, sorry, real quick. Easy Bake saying Woo Energy is $24.99 a 6-pack. Rick lost his mind. You have to have something to lose it.
Is that expensive though? Like Red Bull here's like $30 for a 6-pack.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like we pay we're lucky to get like 2 for $3.50, like $3.
You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. We got coupons, we got deals, we got Walmarts, we got anything and everything. But I can tell you one thing though. That's cheaper than $24.99 as a Wrestling for Life Network t-shirt on our merch store.
Facts.
Right.
Jay White gets a deep 2. This is a really good match to start off Dynamite. Yes. I don't know what
you said Jay White. I was like,
maybe. One of the Jays did something. Yeah. There you go. Any chance Brody King does well in this tournament? He better. No Malachi Black. No Takeshita.
Yeah, those are two, or even a Buddy Matthews are some guys. I feel like it's almost interesting. Like you could expand this even beyond what you've got here. Make this, your March Madness, Tony.
Yeah, I'm telling you, do it do it seasons. Do it seasonally.
Not a bad way to go about it. Of fuck it, we can't write stories, so let's just have good wrestling matches.
The rivalries become the stories. The matches themselves become the storytelling.
But that is what is normally the case with a Heritage Cup, with a G1, etc., because they've planned it out. I think Tony has, the benefit of Even though, respectfully, I don't think Tony's playing any of this shit out. He has enough talent on his roster. If you just have all the players, then you're bound to hit something that's going to work here.
Right. Oh, setting up lethal injection, gets kicked in the mouth and holding that knee still. Jay not white. Facts.
Right.
Oh!
Yeah. I got a big pump kick. I got. Oh!
Yeah,
now I got holding the knee and everything.
Let me know when you get the coup de grace. Nobody asked him a question.
I just got that. So it's so weird. Sorry. I'm used YouTube TV and caught up with you perfectly. I'm on the TBS like actual webpage and it's behind.
And we got a winner. First person to put points up on the board. Sorry, Nick, but we got 3 points. Swerve Strickland.
I swerve when I drive, big pressure I apply. But that's the thing.
It.
Right now, this man is more. I could see this man challenging MJF.
Yeah. And it would be better than what we've been getting.
And you could arguably believe he might win it.
Yes. Miro is not in the tournament. He's having marital issues.
Well, again, another guy who could have been in it. Well, at this point, when is Miro / Rusev not having marital issues?
Right. No Andrade.
No, Andrade's in there.
Oh, Andrade is in there. My bad. You're right.
Yes. Andrade is in the blue group with Danielson, Brody King, Claudio, Daniel Garcia. So Swerve just picked up the first points in the gold group.
This is the funniest trios team ever. Nobody in this group speaks. Hook or an OC.
This is Marshawn Lynch's favorite fucking trios team. This is I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Right. But Wheeler Yuta interrupting the interview in the back. Oh, Yuta wants Hook, or Hook wants Yuta. But Shibata says, I got this. TK loves his tournaments. It's facts. They haven't even talked about the fact that Joe's title is vacant.
Yeah. Well, again, I said this before, and with including and making this a Triple Crown championship and everything, you are respectfully pissing on the lineage that is Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I was very surprised. Like, I knew the tournament was coming, and I just missed that they were going to merge these 3 titles, which, I mean, I get what they're doing, but they could almost, hey, MJF.
Scarf.
Get your scarf.
Standby. You got to always have your scarf on standby. Pause.
Oh, with Adam Cole, baby.
Now, it's so funny to me that Britt Baker agreed fully with your take when we were watching Full Gear of how is no one stopping Adam Cole from having a match for the world title, but there's 20 people trying to stop MJF from walking down in the ring. That? Yes.
Yeah, that was the problem.
X gonna give it to you.
Mm-hmm. Tony has seen, the WWE, the old days, the 90s. They saw, in WCW, do the ambulance spot. Fine, do an ambulance spot. But again, they got in their own way. And what blows my mind is all the people involved. Nobody, not MJF, not Adam Cole, nobody said, wait, guys, is this stupid? They just said, fuck it, we're going to do it. And I love MJF. I liked the match. I hated the stupid shit that doesn't make sense. And no fan out there, no podcaster out there, no AEW shill out there will ever convince me that I'm supposed to be ignore the stupid shit because the match was kind of good. No. It's got to go hand in hand.
Absolutely. And speaking of going hand in hand, I will halfway second that sentiment. But also, I just did want to point out that MJF's out here with a pimp cane and had to sit while he did, they did the boom. But is it not interesting to anyone? Granted, they have the double clothesline Jordan shirts on and everything.
Yeah.
But you have right now, theoretically, your hottest story, your hottest tag team, your Ring of Honor tag team champions, your world champion, all in the ring, and they are walking on crutches, on canes. They're having to sit in chairs to do their entrance. They're having to sit in chairs to do their promo. You are relying too goddamn heavily
on certain players
on your team because you can't build anyone, you can't sign any other teammates to fucking work with them. Not saying that they won't work with them, but you can't book some shit that'll work for the other players.
Yeah, no, they're beeping something out right now, folks. Whatever they were saying in the chat, chant got beeped.
Two crippled old men.
Right. Rumor is
Keyshawn and oops, sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Rumor is that MJF may have dislocated his hip.
Oh, that's why he's got the Vince McMahon cane.
The devil has arrived in Chicago. Interesting.
Man announces himself like he's getting an opening for Frank Sinatra. Keyshawn saying Jared has a better chance than Jay Lethal, and then instantly Larry said, Keyshawn, don't put that evil on us. Yes. This is why we have the greatest wrestling community.
Don't say it.
Don't put that evil out there. Don't put that evil out there in the existence there in the either.
Right. I would agree with that, Easy Bake. We can get back into that. But yeah,
is MJF this generation's Rock?
No, not yet. No.
Somebody that can go theoretically from babyface to heel at the drop of a hat and still make it work. That you would book your entire company based around him.
But
anyone that gets put in a feud with him, they have to. You view it more of can they keep with him versus can he keep with them?
Yeah, I felt fair comparables. I think where I drop out on the argument for me is, yeah, he can do that here. But if he was in the WWE, would the company be built around him? I don't know. Not yet.
Fair enough. I will give you that.
Definitely heading in the right direction. Definitely feels like a generational talent the way The Rock is. You know, in the same vein as a Cena, and that is just, again, you look at that match on Saturday and you're going, here's your champion. You can make him look real cool. And they just have moments where like the match itself made the champion look bad.
Fair enough. I wonder if MJF went to WWE, would that be like a death blow for AEW?
Oh, he would leave such a hole in the soul of this company. And again, for all the people that love MJF, if you heard he was on the other channel, would you click? Yep.
You are clicking 100% just to see what that man's going to say.
MJF show up and feud with CM Punk. We're all fucked.
MJF show up with a live mic on WWE television. And holy shit, you will have everybody shift like that. Like Tony Schiavone said, that'll put butts in seats.
Mm-hmm. Winter's coming. I'm not even close.
You were going to have a world title match, you fuck. You are the devil. That boy right there is the devil, to quote Bobby Boucher's mother. That is the devil.
Right? I still don't believe he's hurt for 1 second, guys. I want to see the pictures. I want to see post-op. I want to see him. Brett didn't take a fucking hospital selfie. Come on now. It's 2023. You telling me he went and got ankle surgery and pins put in and they didn't post it on the internet somewhere? Get out of here.
Oh, I think they might have probably done some, X-ray or something on Twitter on the X. They put an X-ray on X. Is it interesting though to me though that Adam Cole out here with the grays in his facial hair, and I guess there's nobody to ask better than you, that it almost looks like it's done some weird shit to how you view Adam Cole here, I feel.
He actually grew a beard. It was the first surprising part. But it does. It makes him look a little less like he looks like dude on the couch. Like, you just hanging out, bro?
Right. Like the frame looks smaller. Like you don't 100%. Like he just looks more. It fits more into the memes and the view of some people have on Adam Cole being
lights out. The devil on the screen. Whoa, we're getting laughing.
Let me in.
That's all we got. Oh, wait a minute. We got the double. We got fire. It's Kane. It's Kane.
Samoa Joe. That's so great. That's a great production thing right there. Is 100%. I'm gonna sit there and the devil pops up, and the next thing you know, you just get fire on the screen.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no way the devil is Samoan Joseph. That man's fucking pumpkin is way too small to fit in that mask, or way too big to fit in that mask.
No, I thought that was cool. You get us the double tease, and then, but I'll be honest, Nick, they are losing steam with this double bullshit. Like they got to figure it out and give us a little more meat on this bone.
I honestly
2 moments in
respectfully
2 months.
disagree. I think they're taking a note from what WWE and especially Hunter does best of leaving those little teases and everything, like right there, like we just talked about. Of you have the devil pop up, and the next thing you know, you just get a fire spot. You get that little subtle in the back of your brain tease that it might be Samoan Joseph. There's nothing else that tells you it might be him, but there's those little Easter eggs and little bits that breadcrumbs floated along the trail there.
Yeah, I would argue it's just for me anyway. Like I'm not sitting around like I wonder. I really like. I mean, at times when it first started, I was like, "All right, who is it? Let's go. Let's figure this out." And again, he popped up, didn't do anything for weeks. There was no reference or mention or blink of him at the pay-per-view. Like you got to move. Just showing his face once a week to me is not storytelling. It's pop-up booking.
Yeah. Sorry, as Joe's telling Max, real men honor their deals. Excuse me.
Right.
Well, you've got Daniel out here on the case for you of the photos of Cole's bruised foot in quotations and getting it wrapped immediately thereafter. 2 completely different rooms. One picture has a blue carpet, and the other has tile floors. Inspector Gadget.
Joe's got MJF by the throat,
hemming him up by the scarf. The devil laughs. CM Punk confirmed. The devil and Samoa Joe. It's Joe the devil? Not quite. Yeah, it's cool.
The devil's sitting on the chair in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
Yes.
100%.
Yes, Batch 8. I've been saying it from day one. Beating that drum hard. Only way this makes sense is it's Cole. Cole. You threw me off when you said pause. Cole.
Well, the 100%. The second he came out at Full Gear, I heard you say it, and I think I was on a pause and came back, and it was just like, yep, 100%. It's Cole. At this point, right? Pack it in.
I'm over this. The people love you, Max. You're special, Max. Pat on the head, Max. Where's the cocky, arrogant motherfucker who was telling his boss he was a mark? Where's that guy with the chip on his shoulder that's better than you and he knows it? This isn't better than you. He knows it. This is, can somebody please, feed my ego and tell me I'm loved because I need the love.
Yes, but at times, though, that's how it felt when Dwayne was the babyface.
I don't think so. I don't agree. I don't see the comparable there. I might miss it, but yeah, no, I don't. This to me is just be this MJF, be this fired up guy. He's turning into a butter knife instead of a steak knife.
That's a fucking t-shirt, my guy. That's a slogan. As MJF fires up and was going to do MJF versus Samoa Joe for the World Championship tonight. Samoa Joe, absolutely not.
Joe's so good. I'm okay if Joe beats Max. Look at the size of Joe. And he was a smaller wrestler in WWE, like height-wise.
Is he, again, another good example, like with Swerve, of WWE dropped the ball?
No, yes and no. It's different.
To me, the last image I have of Samoa Joe in WWE is him in a fucking poncho at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, could the WWE have done more with Joe? 100%. Did they maximize what they could have got out of him? 100%. Was he a little injured and had to work stuff out? Yeah. But yeah, but do they kind of regret Joe leaving the way they regret Swerve? I don't think so, just because of the age factor.
Samoa Joe as the vet in NXT, or even say, instead of how some people don't like Shucky Ducky Quack Quack Booker T on commentary on NXT, what if you had Vic Joseph and Samoa Joseph?
Yeah, I mean, I would love it. I'm good with it. I can't really make an argument as far as I have no reason not to want it. I think I understand. Again, it's that the circle of life when it comes to the WWE. It's Adam Copeland, it's Samoa Joe. You hit an expiry date, and they're rotating, they're moving new people in, and I'm okay with that.
Fair enough. It's that like that NFL NBA mindset.
Yeah.
Once you hit past a certain vintage, they kind of move past you.
What did you? First of all, I love Chicago deep.
Pause.
Deep dish pizza compound. Okay.
Oh, and again, MJF going back to, granted, I do kind of like that he did the whole, so now you see you got a 33 and a 3% chance of beating me at Sacrifice, Samoa Joe. They turned Joe's mic way up.
Wow. From now on, MJF is Samoa Joe's property. Nobody touches my property unless I say so. He just made the world champion a bitch on national TV. Oh. I love it. Good job on Joe.
Bro, that's a wasted. Like, I might need to walk this off here. Like, that's my guy, and you just got like that's that you leaping in the crowd of people behind you. Oh shit.
Right.
For
Joe
World's End already.
December 30th.
MJF versus Samoa and Joseph.
That to me is the worth the $50 alone, folks. If they don't overbook it, that to me is worth it. And
that is worth the price of admission.
Yeah, and you got to pay off the double then.
Let's go. Have to. I know you wanted it at Full Gear.
Yeah.
If you don't do it then, you let that ship out too far to fucking sail.
Yeah, truthfully, now that we've passed Full Gear, you were more accurate with that assessment, because with all the other shit going on, you couldn't have the double come out. You
no. Could you imagine MJF comes back from the ambulance and everything back after going to the hospital and everything, or medical facility? Sorry, Hunter. And then out pops the devil out of the back of the fucking ambulance.
It'd be hilarious.
Lieutenant Dan, baby.
I'm waiting for you to look at that.
Won yourself a nice little Brucey star there, because that was great. Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no leg. Ice cream, Lieutenant Cole. Ice cream.
Cole is definitely clearly the double. The lieutenant.
But still, with the way that we just got that belt, like you said, the laugh and the devil sounded like Tony Khan.
Yes, let's go. I want it.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along. And I was going to give you credit there, sir. I was going to say how you said how Samoa Joe just turned your world champion into a bitch, turned him to a trick on national TV, and castrated that man publicly. That the build that you have for this is top notch, one of the better stories you've done. And I like AEW again is maintaining this momentum.
Yep.
But you have that match, like we both agreed, is worth the price of admission. And then after that, you have Adam Cole. No crutches, no boots, no nothing. Just you have the devil come out and he takes the mask off. And holy shit, I don't even know if you have them beat down, or he just walks out, takes the mask off, and you fade to black.
I don't know, because I thought I saw someone say it in the chat. I have this weird feeling that Samoa Joe is going to win this belt. I think he's going to win this match.
What?
It would be the devil's fault.
What? Explain, please.
I think Samoa Joe is going to beat MJF.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of it could be thinking the way Tony thinks of how do we make MJF still
No
look
one
okay?
predicts that. No one expects the Spanish the
Yeah.
Con Inquisition. But
But
sorry.
if you have the devil pop up, which is Adam Cole,
Mhm.
and he costs MJF the title, and Joe becomes your new world champion.
So you have Samoa Joe feud with who, and you have your former world champion, the backbone of your company, MJF, feud with the devil without the belt involved.
Yep. Joe, you feed him baby faces like a motherfucker. You give him all the baby faces. Let him eat them alive.
But why do that when you could do that with the title?
Well, I'm saying Joe would have the title as you were feeding him baby faces.
Right,
And
but
then,
would you not want the devil, Cole, and MJF to feud with the title again?
not necessarily.
And Joe can do what have you?
Yeah, but Joe gave up a belt to get that belt. If Joe doesn't get that belt, what do you do with Joe?
That's the fucking plot fall of AEW right now at this point. Of everybody is not even exactly built, but they're all at an equal playing field. So everyone's built to the cliff edge of if you're not going to go this way with them, then they fall all the way back down.
Why does Shibata's music start off like No Scrubs by TLC?
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
But Shibata, Hook, and OC all coming out for this trios match against Coke and Diet Coke. And who's in the middle?
Jake Hager, Swagger.
Swagger.
We the people.
See, you get away with matches like this if you have them. If you have 3 solid matches on the card like tonight, and in between them you have some fluffier matches, the night works out really well. We're good to go.
I just want to say we're already almost an hour through this show, and we still have Sky Blue versus Ruby Soho and Anna Jay, and we still have Bruce versus Jay White and John Moxley versus Mark Briscoe. Yeah, and exactly. Tony Storm's acceptance speech and
the christening,
the christening, the baptism of a dinosaur and Nick Wayne.
Hold my pockets. MJF hold Joe's pocket. Oh,
I just doubled down and re-laughed at the comment you clicked on before because I just pictured Tom Segura in my head again from the shit of bikes with hold my pocket.
Listen, Joe. Oh
my God.
What
Orange Cassidy is cutting a promo. He can talk. He is a real boy.
I have a surprise.
Sue.
What is happening on this show?
Danhausen.
Hey! Danhausen!
The man no one knows who they wanted. Danhausen.
Not the devil.
Nice, very unexpected.
Danhausen is back. Put on your masks. You're going to try and move those masks in the merch shop hard.
It's a Halloween 3 tie-in.
Yeah. The worst Halloween of all. The season of the witch.
I argue Rob Zombie's second Halloween.
At least those ones had the killer in it.
That's true say.
It was bad as shit, though. The last one you didn't see. Well, actually, the last Halloween, you didn't see fucking Michael Myers for what? The first 80 minutes?
Oh, I hated that movie. I hated that movie. I'm a big fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000. That's all I turned into with that movie is just I ruined our building Christmas or Halloween or something because we put that on and I just talked shit the entire movie.
The entire time. So they reintroduced Danhausen and during his walkout, Hook got jumped and the match started. Why?
Yeah, in the ring. We don't even have a Hausen.
Yeah, he's at ringside.
He is at ringside? Oh, yeah, there he is. Well, he's so small I can't see him behind Daddy Magic and all that. There's so many people in the ring.
Oh, we the people jump in. And again, trios match kicked off, and the ref is as useless as tits on a bull.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that. Ricky saying the KO and Sami Zayn of the wrestling community.
I'll
I
accept
guess that makes me Sammy.
I guess. I mean,
You're kind of
so,
the doppelganger for KO, so
yeah, I'm kind of
can't
stuck.
really debate that shit.
Mhm.
You're the actual Canadian. I'm the honorary Canadian.
Right. There you go. I'm gonna have to be more snappy.
Or just get more tattoos.
He's got less than I do. He
Fair
needs to
enough.
catch up.
Fair
He
enough.
needs to catch up.
Well, you just got to come out with a tie then now.
Mm-hmm.
Red, white, and blue tie. Brother Fluff saying, just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I have both kids home from college.
Oh,
Damn.
wow.
Gonna spend some time with them.
Nice.
Respect. Well, tell them about us, and then when they go back to their college or university, they can tell all their friends about us.
Perfect.
Sharing
Yes,
is caring.
we are in picture, folks, and we thank you. We wish everyone out there a safe and happy Thanksgiving. I know Nick and I will not be here tomorrow. Luna Havoc and Anthony will be here tomorrow for a Thanksgiving special from Impact Wrestling. They're going to basically shoot the shit with you guys and watch clips of great Impact Thanksgiving moments. So that will be fun. So when you're feeling nice and warm and fuzzy on the inside from Thanksgiving, show up on the channel.
Pause. Yeah, when you're in that comatose state there, when you're about, your third plate of Thanksgiving deep here, and the eyes are starting to glaze over, make sure you click that link here. But 100%. Back to the previous comment, we're absolutely like that, that plate that you get on the Dixie plate, and you got the aluminum foil 100% that you can wrap over it so you can take home with you. That's the Wrestling for Life Network right there. That the shit that you're so glad you got it in the end. Pause.
Come on, bro. We were fresh out the oven.
I mean, I'm just trying to talk and getting back into the sharing and caring and the giving. I tried.
It was good. Please let Danhausen be the double. Very evil. No, don't let him be the double.
Fuck me. You took all that momentum and just chilled it right off, respectfully.
All cartoon wrestling.
All elderly wrestling. I've seen a lot of people say that around lately because of the recent signings.
Even your young guys are using canes and walkers.
Again, but that's the thing is we keep talking about if you have Max on the pre-show and in the World Championship, in the pre-show and main event, and now he's out here, cane in hand, sitting on a chair to do an entrance. Adam Cole, part of the biggest storyline, part of your tag team champions, had him in the pre-show and in the main event. Now out with a fucking ankle injury out here on crutches.
Right, so you can't defend any of these belts. And again, I find I hope they have a plan, but Brian, I mean, has to get medically cleared before he joins into this little tournament shindig, doesn't he?
I don't know. He's out there like Snake Plissken with the fucking patch over his eye. Escape from AEW.
Now that's a video game I would play.
Just Tony Khan's the big bad.
All right. OC Hook Shibata for the win. Yeah, folks, if you want to let us know who you think is going to win this and why is it the baby faces, I'm all ears.
Right.
When was the last time Jake Hager was involved in a winning decision in AEW? Fact checkers, anybody know? It's got to be 2022. At least.
Respectfully, when's the last time Jake Hager will be on that? What Jake Hager was on AEW in 2023? It's at least been a couple months.
3 times? Never see this guy. I got Team OC. Sounds like a disorder. I got Team OC over here.
Coming down with the Team OC. Does it itch? Pause.
Probably. Team Orange for the win. Cole looks like a Make-A-Wish teenager.
Well, 100%. Everybody on that team's name. It sounds like you came down with something. I came down with the hook. I got the Shibata. I'm feeling the Danhausen coming on.
My favorite bun, Shibata. Pause.
Right. What do you get at Panera? I get Shibata.
Jake Hager just smashing OC there.
Oh! Slumdog
Millionaire. One of the best move names in the game, though.
Is it that or the sliced bread?
I like sliced bread. But Stun Dog Millionaire is clever.
What is someone in the 1920s?
I prefer Shibata, to be honest, Nick.
I only eat my avocado toast on Shibata.
Only on pause. Now we're not even talking to the people.
Punch kick by Shibata, by the way.
Oh yeah,
as this man's just laying everybody down. He's going full John Wick.
Oh, Hager back. Didn't Nick say this tournament gonna be what? No Takashka in this Aleister Black. What? Jacob, didn't Nick say this tournament gonna be a what? No Takashka in
I feel like he's mentioning how those people aren't in the tournament, like you mentioned earlier about how there's some clear, obvious like things like you could almost again. I think they have so much talent that they could just lean heavy on. We just put on great wrestling matches, much to Impact has done. Honestly, granted, they have their super stories that have the camp and everything, but they just put on fucking hell of a matches, and so you tune in and shut up. That's what you could do with AEW. They have the talent, they have the depth to do it. And we've seen that with the tournament that they have, and we're still naming off people that like, well, you could have put that person in. We could have done that. We could have added them there.
Yeah, I was a little surprised with like Daniel Garcia based on like the level of people that you've got in the tournament. Oh, he's got Jake's hat. He's got Jake's hat. I hate that hat.
I personally hate bucket caps.
Oh, I cursed him.
He's been cursed. Jake Hager has been cursed.
Why did he grab? What did he curse? He grabbed his. Jake gets hit with a tope.
Why does Danhausen out here with this fucking bucket hat look like my grandmother showing up like on fucking Easter Sunday or some shit out here?
Oh, the Excalibur just
the double kata hajime.
Yeah, the cold-hearted. What do you call him? The cold-hearted.
I don't know what you're trying to get at. Horns punch to Hager as both men tap out to the kata hajime, the coquina clutch.
And the former Jericho Society is jobbed hard, as they should be.
Is it still?
No worries, Jacob.
How do you feel though with how when we saw Danhausen last, he came out there looking like a badass and actually fucking tore people apart and everything. And now we're back to very spooky, very evil. I curse you, hornswoggle shit.
Right. AEW about to have 9 championship belts. Is that just in like AEW specific? Oh, Adam Cole with Renee Paquette.
Right. 2-0.
LOL, Nick. I don't want to see Coke be a jobber. He's too good for that. I like Coke and Diet Coke, but they're jobbers.
Adam!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bro.
Buddy, I can hear you.
Literally, they're wheeling this man up, and he's still screaming it at the top of his lungs.
Damn, Bash.
I like how they're bringing up Andretti dropped me on my head. Where were you? Yeah, that was a terrible ass spot.
He might have re-broke his neck.
Right. He might legitimately have broken his neck. I got the neck brace on standby, Roddy. I got it on standby.
Bicycle.
Oh. We have the rechristening of Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne up next.
Man, this is a funny show.
The Lord giveth, and the con giveth, and the con taketh away.
Yeah, he's a fickle bitch.
Trust me, I found out earlier today. Physics is also a fickle bitch. But we are in commercial break. I don't know at this point what number, as Curtis ain't here, but so far, how you feeling about Dynamite there?
I
was trying to do the Tony Storm, and I couldn't go full camp. As we're almost at the top of the hour here, so what are we going to kick off the top of the hour for Dynamite with?
You'd start with another Continental Classic match. That's what I
Have
think.
to.
Sandwich it, right? You could do one in the beginning, one in the middle, one at the end. And that's how you keep fans interested because these matches are exciting tonight.
Yeah, valid. You do
And then
that.
you sprinkle
You
in.
followed up with the women's match because
Yep.
wagons. Then you followed up with another wagon with Tony Storm. Fair enough. I dig it. I dig it.
That last match killed my my AEW high. Again, I can't hold it because not every match on a weekly show is going to be a burner, right? And I mean, I understand as long as it was decent. It gets chaos. It's all over the place. I wish it was a little bit more organized, but at the end of the day, it was what it was. People get off on the OC gimmick. I think he's good for that. You know, to me, he's like AEW's Hurricane. Like it's silly,
Bro,
but we're with it.
stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. I love me some Shane Helms. Absolutely. Even when he teamed with Kane and all of that, but
And it worked. There is a place for that. And even when you're talking about Dynamite, like I don't get mad, sorry, Impact, but I don't get mad at Tony for booking the silliness. What I get mad at is when the show is littered with the like. I want certain people to always be serious. Like Samoa Joe brings that serious. The MJF borderline sometimes where I think MJF is dumbing himself down so people can keep up with him. So at least Joe walked on him.
Right. Well, 100%. I give Joe the credit on that. Like I said earlier, to me, I think at times, like you said, MJF almost has to water himself down so people can stay within range of him. But yeah, you can't have a show that's full camp, that's full craziness, that's full comedy. You have to find that balance. And unfortunately, well, I don't even want to say unfortunately, right now, AEW is trying to find that balance. And it seems like maybe, hopefully, they're getting there. At least they're at NXT level right now. Right now, they're at least on NXT level.
And I think we talked about it with like Tony Storm's gimmick is over the top. And for some people, it's too much. But if you do a segment with Tony Storm right after you do 4 grown men making a peanut butter sandwich or 3 grown men making a peanut butter sandwich in slow motion with a stuffed giraffe, now it just feels like silly on top of silly.
Facts. And even going with the whole how Tony Storm, like I've clearly even put in myself, if I'm not a huge fan of it, of at least though I know enough and still respect enough and everything that I get that this doesn't fully work for me, but it is still good. Like it's not bad or anything like that. It just isn't my cup of tea, which is still fine when it comes to pro wrestling.
Yeah, you don't have to like everything, folks. That's the one thing I find very neat about a lot of the IWC is like, if you don't like all the things I like, you got a problem.
If you dislike 5 seconds of a show, you're fucking, you hated it, you're terrible.
I'm gonna hit church real quick. Be right back.
No, don't worry, you're gonna go pray to the patriarchy there, as this man cut out before I could even finish my joke. Heartbreak for Roddy. NXT 622,000. Not bad, not bad. Still better than Rampage and Coliseum combined. Here's Christian Cage. Yes, right now I have tape show. Okay. Are you saying NXT was a tape show? Even then, I'm not saying it was bad numbers at all. As I've got the patriarchy, which I again still kind of find it interesting that they gave them that as a name for a faction. But we've got Nick Wayne, Christian Cage, and Lucha Kane, Kanosaurus out here right now. Greg, what up? Are you going to stream? Damien, if it's wrestling and it ends in a day and why, we'll be here. 100%, I feel. Larry, I know why you're asking that, but I don't know. Is Nick Wayne's mom there? Like, you just had to say that, didn't you? Yeah, see, again, this is why I love our little community, our little bubble here of Trace, even like, yeah, we know where you're going. Vance, what up? As we're getting minor white chance, why? Someone has to, yes. Cole screaming fits a corny. What? Christian saying I didn't lose. Nick Wayne lost. Kanosaurus lost that match. So we're just going to have Christian out here being his, just drill sergeant to everybody out here. Like, what are we expecting right now, folks, with this rechristening? I almost wanted to say that of very much he's out here like fucking Jim Jones here. And almost rechristening kind of fits better. It's better play on words. I think Nakamura has been teasing CM Punk returning. I think Nakamura wants to fight him. I've seen a lot of people think that she's got it going on. Just fair enough. But I've seen a lot of people pitch that it's going to be CM Punk. I've also seen a lot of people mention that they're doing that just to show Okada that, see, we're actually going to take our foreign competitors. That's the best way I can put that. Seriously, your Japanese wrestlers, your Lucha Libre, your Mexico, south of the border wrestlers, everything. Tony Schiavone right now having to say this has got to be embarrassing for Luchasaurus. So Christian is demanding that Luchasaurus bend the knee. Boy, howdy, I can't wait till winter is coming and we're going to tie into Game of Thrones that stopped airing already and everything. Or it'll be a tie into House of Dragon. And we're going to get not quite a dragon, but at least a dinosaur that's going to fucking fire up and go at Christian. So we're renaming Luchasaurus. Is that what this fucking is? Because I came up with the name of Strength. Like, he's literally, this is cult stuff right now. He's just baptizing them into the cult of Christian here. I'm going to rename you. I'm going to give you a new name. Your name is Strength. What? His name is Killswitch? What? What? So he's renamed. What the? And Nick Wayne, you soft as cookie dough motherfucker, just instantly bends the knee. That tells you right there, Luchasaurus is gonna can turn on this guy. And right there, instantly, as Christian telling Nick Wayne, you don't ever get on your knees for another person. Luchasaurus is 100% is going to turn. He's going to this is Kane on turning on Paul Bearer, I feel. I see things in you that I've never seen in another person, says Christian and Nick Wayne. Killswitch, is that a swerve name in Lucha Underground? Yes, it is, actually. That was his name in Lucha Underground, because I've seen people sharing around the match between him and AR Fox, which I can't even remember. It was like Mega Fox or something. In House of the Dragon, someone did hijack a dragon. Well, good to know. As we're hugging it out. Oh, speak of the devil and they shall appear. So the real devil shows up here. And I mean Nick Wayne's mom. What even Chris is like, why is your mom here? Oh, Lucha Kane, 100%. He's all beside himself. He's about to turn 100% here. I'm predicting he chokeslams the shit out of Christian. You are a terrible mother. Nick Wayne's mom looking like she just came straight out of a fucking Poison or a Guns N' Roses concert here.
Speaking of Sweet Child of Mine.
Oh, I like that. That was an alley I didn't even know I ooped.
I couldn't miss Nick Wayne's mom. I'm sorry. My favorite part
Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on.
100%. It made me laugh. And then the collective pause that the audience let out when Christian told Nick Wayne to never get on his knees for anybody.
Yeah, like I said, I'm waiting for this man to just turn. This is Kane on Paul Bearer of you can't control the monster anymore.
Right? Kill switch. Don't we have a switchblade already? Is that close?
Maybe we need to engage with a kill switch here. CM Punk confirmed back to AEW.
Why is your mom here? Best question of the night, by the way. Nick's mom gets an 8, a 10 out of 10.
The most overbooked person on the show.
Oh, Christian getting a little flirtatious.
I think your shift is about to start at Denny's. Get the hell out of my ring.
Go punch your card.
We're cold as ice. I'm willing to sacrifice my love.
Kane,
I told you. Kanosaurus.
See? Nick Wayne's mom is the kryptonite. She's turned him. That's the one.
Or do we get a JR of chokeslam that Jezebel, chokeslam her all the way to hell?
That's the catch. Lucha was under his spell.
Look at me with that stupid look on your face. You can't tell what look he has on his face because he's wearing a mask.
So what does this mean for Copeland, though?
Oh, he slapped him.
What does this mean for Copeland, my guy?
I don't know, but I swear to God, if Lucha Wayne takes off this mask and he's got the Krusty the Clown haircut, I'm fucking quitting this stream. So Christian's saying, I'm going to make you take that mask off. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, Nick Wayne's mom takes a bump. Shayna.
Everybody hype it up between Lucha Kane.
What's up, Shayna?
Don't worry, she's got an air box.
Yeah.
She got some cushion. Airbag. There we go. That's the word I was trying to think of. Terrible.
Now they're chanting you effed up and Nick Wayne walks out. Oh, wait. Oh, I guess Adam Copeland comes out now?
Oh, I don't think he's here.
Dude, something.
Nick Wayne looking for something.
He's got a chair. For his own mom.
Oh, my God.
In the corn?
Wait, what? I've got him sliding it in right now.
Yes.
Tony Schiavone, someone do something quickly. Motherfucker, you're standing right there. You're sitting right there.
Security?
You have legs. Move.
Setting up a concerto.
I'm telling you, Lucha Kane, you bitch-made motherfucker. You are the tallest person in this fucking ring right now, and you're just, huh?
Christian gives the chair to Lucha.
Like I said, chokeslam that Jezebel straight to hell. Oh, he's going to clatter Christian with this chair. I hope. Right. Please.
Yeah, Christian going to eat a chair. No way.
Right now, Nick Wayne's mom is set up. She doesn't have it going on. She's set up for a concerto.
Oh, Adam Copeland with the save. Big spear on Nikki. Big kick to Lucha.
Oh, you're going to delay the turn because on this day. So you were there the whole time and you just chose now to show up?
Yeah, where have you been? Were you
like, were you late? Like, did your cab just arrive?
Were you in the can? What happened?
Did you wash your hands before you got out here? What happened?
Another spear on Wayne. That's what you get, Nick Wayne.
I hate that Excalibur's already calling him Kill Switch.
Yeah, it's stupid. Don't call him Kill Switch. Don't call the other one Strength. Wow, Edge setting up the concerto on Wayne. Shayna's got to get in there. Shayna with the low blow. I'm predicting it.
Did you just know? You know Nick Wayne's mom's actual name? Is that what you just said?
Because I believe they said it for the first time on TV 30 seconds ago.
Fair enough. I did not know it enough or care enough to know that, but good on you.
Wow, concerto to Nick Wayne. This christening is amazing.
Well, it's a bit more like a brisk. I feel.
Woo.
Well, think about it. We had a head taken off, so it's a bit more like a brisk.
Well played. As Nick Wayne's mom just realized her pants were low rise. Woo.
All right, I'm gonna go fucking take a walkabout here if I can find it.
Nick is going for a palate cleanse. As pause on all of it. Christian and Luchasaurus walk away. Nick Wayne's mom's tending Nick Wayne, and the Jericho Appreciation Society are in the back with Anna Jay. So lots going on here tonight, folks. I will say it's been a chaotic edition of AEW, and I'm not disliking it. I mean, some of it is funny and ridiculous, but overall, I'm highly entertained right now. Anna Jay, there you go, getting pushed into the title picture. Nick deserved that 100%. It was Nick's fault. AJ not happy. No, Trey, not in front of his mom. Wait, someone's phone's ringing. It's Ruby. Ruby. Angelo's going to turn on Anna. Just kidding. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You got some high quality H2O for me, my guy? Nick Wayne's mom's got it going on. What can I say? They'll fake the turn on Christian. Edge will say, I told you so. They have a tag team match versus Wayne and Dino. Christian tricks Edge, stays heel, leads to a one-on-one for the TNT title. Well, yeah, I was kind of expecting, I was a little surprised how they were teasing the turning of Kane, Lucha Kane, that is. It surprises me because just focus on getting to the, focus on the rivalry. Don't have, you want Edge going up against a united patriarchy or whatever the fuck. You want that to be all one cohesive unit because it's a bigger challenge for the baby face. You're already showing dissension. Luchasaurus isn't happy with Christian, even though he saved him in the end. I think you just keep them cohesive right now and so we can focus on the rivalry that exists between Edge and Christian. As I got Roosh in the ring now, folks, as we're getting our second Continental Classic match coming your way. Dun, dun. That was a good segment. Not bad, not bad. I'm okay. And here comes Switchblade, Jay White. So we go from Kill Switch to Switchblade. I made the joke, and they just helped me out by putting on one right after the other. And wow. This chair shot may wake up Nick. Let's go. What Edge did was so wrong. Nah. Bugger deserved it. That was WWE. I would love it. LOL. Oh, Jay White checking out the belts. I don't quite follow Paul. Larry, Nick deserved it because he's almost let his mom get hit. Well, and plus he's been a little asshole to his mother for weeks. Told her she was a terrible mom. Oh, yeah, remember the Bullet Club has to go. Not allowed at ringside. And I do like this. Nobody from Legado, I almost called them something else. Los Ingobernables. There, I found it. And the Bullet Club banned from ringside. A 20-minute time limit. 3 points to the winner. Who are you taking, folks? Do you got Jay White or do you got Roosh? Roosh signs a big contract on his way up. Jay White just lost to the champion. This is a tough one to call. Roosh for the upset. Picking Switchblade for the win. Moxley versus Mark Briscoe on the screen. And they're talking about Woo Energy. So it's official. It's finally happening. I know we talked about it earlier, but I feel like this is their first or maybe second call out to Woo. Anna not been the same since joining Jericho. Jericho drains everything from people and then just leaves them on the roadside, tosses them out like fast food garbage going down the interstate. Like that's what happened to the Jericho Society. They're kind of lost. Daniel Garcia getting into this tournament might help him, but Anna just needs to be on her own. And truthfully, if you have any hope of making Jungle Boy anything, partner him with her. But Rouge in control out of the gate. Again, earlier we had two heels, now we have two heels. So it'll be very interesting to see who the crowd's behind. It seems like right now they're behind Jay White. Jay White for the win. Sucks to hear about Juice Robinson going to be out for a while with a back injury. Yeah, I think Juice was kind of the energy of the Bullet Club. And Juice brought a lot to the table. So very unfortunate, a very bad timing. And again, it feels like, I hate to say it, but there's a lot of injuries being dealt with in AEW. Big chop by Rouge. Jay White for the win. Picking Switchblade for the win. I think I'm going to go Switch. But Rouge, I mean, you can't count him out. Could this be our first 20-minute draw of the tournament? That's how they suckered most people into buying the game, making them think there wouldn't be a ton of microtransgressions when there actually were. I don't know about that. I think it was just a matter of playing to the fan base. They rushed that video game out. I wish they would have taken their time. Again, they could have probably, they definitely could have put out a better game with more diligence. I own the game, and again, it's not great, guys. I got Jay White winning. WWE Survivor Series spoiler is Zoe Stark defeating Rhea Ripley. Yeah, I wouldn't count on it. Yeah, I wouldn't count on it. Rouge for the win, as Rouge finds an electrical cord. As we know, that's one of his gimmicks. Rouge versus Andrade in the finals. Ooh, highly unlikely. I don't see it, JV. I don't see it. Rouge for the upset. Rouge is going to win because Tony already effed up Jay White. Pause. Again, valid point, man. Dew is my preferred energy drink. There you go. There you go. I think you and Nick can relate and bond on that one. Jericho is a vampire, 100%, man. And I would happily go toe to toe. I know there's other people that go on YouTube and go on podcasts and praise Jericho for all that he's doing. Nah, let's be real about it. Jericho's hurting your company, and nobody wants to tell him. And Tony loves him. You watch that media scrum. Tony is in love with Chris Jericho. He could not fit any more of just Chris Jericho in his mouth if he tried. So if Nick Wayne, now the unprettier, yeah, pretty much. I've always hated any promotion using actual family members in wrestling storylines. A time and place, Larry, I don't say it's never good, but generally it's not great. I mean, even when you bring in, again, if you have an angle that's really heartfelt and it makes sense, great. But 9 times out of 10, the family members suck on TV. They don't bring a lot to the table, and it gets real quick. However, I'm not going to complain about Nick Wayne's mom. I'm not going to do it. White wins. Not even Khan is that clueless as to job him out after losing to a one. One-legged man. I should have read the whole thing. Losing to a one-legged man at Full Gear. I mean, again, you would assume that would be the case. Now, Rouge saw, they made a big public deal about Rouge signing. We know his brother went to WWE. We know Tony Khan was not happy about it. So he locks down Rouge, and I think it's a good signing overall. I like Rouge. I think he's talented, but he hasn't done a whole lot. We did the whole, taking vignettes for a little while. So if he loses here, where are you going to go with this guy? Jericho just needs to go away for 3 months, give everyone a break. Yeah, he needs to go take a pause. And again, I don't say Jericho has no purpose or he's completely inept or, I give the man credit. I mean, he's older. He wrestles well. My issue became when I was being told that, he's having the year of his career and the best matches of his life. And he feels in, just the same shape. Someone asked him recently, well, you're getting up in age. Like, I feel just as good as I was when I was 45. Well, dude, I mean, I always say it. You go back and watch Will Ospreay's matches from 2023 and tell me Jericho's Will Ospreay match at All In was worth a damn compared to those matches. That is my problem. Because he'll have a match with Ospreay. It's a good match. It doesn't, it's not horrible, but it's not even close to the level. Same thing happened with Bandito. Same thing happened. I think he fought Commander. Like, it's just silly shit. And he's not good. And he just latches. Oh, did Ricky Starks get hot? Let me do a program with him. Oh, Eddie Kingston's hot? Let me do a program with him. And you tell me one person that came out better for it. And if anyone says MJF, I'll tell you you're wrong. Sorry, I mean Parasite. Oh, that too. Valid. Same idea. Really won't be surprised if this match ends in a draw. Yeah, Chambers, I kind of got that feel. Both guys kind of need it, right? Jay just came off a loss. There's no buffer match in between. There was no angle to kind of cushion. He lost to a crippled champion, a guy that rolled out of an ambulance. I mean, in that scenario, you would assume that Jay White would kick him in the leg, hit a finisher and put it to bed. Nope. 100% agree with you about Anna. Thank you, Steve G. I think Anna's beautiful. I think she's a talent. And I mean that respectfully, as far as, again, I think she brings a lot to the table. And when she has been involved in matches, she seems like she's trying to do really well. She's just not in enough matches. And being with Jericho killed her, made her irrelevant, it made her a background person. And then now she's just floating in the abyss. I think there's something there. And if her and Jungle Boy, you have any hope of bringing Jungle Boy back and utilizing him, you have to partner him up with her. And they're just the snob. Be what Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti were until she got Prager's. Rouge in charge right now. Nice pop for Rouge. Rouge got a decent pop from the crowd. The thing about Perry and Jay, they can fall alongside the lines of Kip and Penelope. Yeah, I mean that's valid, JV. That comes down to booking for me. And I think again, Penelope with a women's division that struggles. I think Penelope Ford. I think Anna, Bunny, who just left. Like you have talent that I feel like you don't necessarily tap into if you're Tony. Like women that can go. 20-minute draw. Alexis, I got that vibe. I'm with you. Hey, does have a shot. Mark does have a shot at the titles, though. You're answering smile, Mark. I have no idea. Jay White for the win. There you go. There you go. Do you see how he hugs these mofos in the media scrum? Guy is living out his dreams. Oh, 100%. Even some of the questions, like the reporters that ask questions like they are like enamored fans. Hi, I'm happy to be here. I'm from the Observer. I thought Daniel Bryan was injured. He is injured. Why is he in the tournament? Because apparently he'll be healthy before they start booking his matches. Give him a spot to someone more deserving, Wardlow or even Keith Lee. Keith Lee is an interesting shout, Mark. A guy that you're trying to get some clout with, a guy that has some talent. That's an interesting take. Hobbs kind of lost in the yonder. We're trying to figure him out still. Being with Callis helps him. But like I said last week during the street fight, you made him look like a tough guy, and then you destroyed that 20 minutes later on TV. The pitch a Sega game over their own game. Well, their own game's kind of passe at this point. They're making more money off the pitch than they are off their own video game. Galarouche. I don't know why he's Russian. Dun, dun, dun. Who could you see winning the Rumble, men and women? Kyle, looking ahead. Still trying to figure out who's going to win this Continental Classic. Right now, as I sit here, Jade Cargill and Cody Rhodes. Watching TK during the media scrum hurts money. I don't know why he needs to be out there for the whole thing, because it's all about him, and he gets to sit with his shiny new toys and smile. And whatever people say to oh, you're great tonight, Tony takes that as all his validation and all his comments. Like we as a channel, applied for a press pass for AEW, and we didn't make the cut apparently, but I think they do, they vet very hard, because everybody in that room is very pro Tony. Nobody asked any real questions. Chris, was this your favorite match ever? How did you come up with the genius of this match? Well, let me just blow kayfabe out my ass right now, and I'll tell you all about it. Careful, Nick. Khan will pay Sega to send Sonic to put a hit on you. I'll put my money on Nick. Nick just grabbed that that hedgehog. Jay White off the ropes. Roosh off the ropes and follows him with a slap. They made Jay look really bad with the title match. That match was horrible. And then his running mate is out till spring. They need to bing. They might have to bring in someone else. They might need reinforcement. Juice being out hurts the Bullet Club. Now, the good news is, like right now, Roosh and Jay are having a good match. But yes, I know a lot of AEW fans, diehard fans, were trying to convince the world that world title match was good, and it wasn't. And again, you want to put into some of the main events of WWE with Roman, where they have shitty endings, but at least it all fits together. It all makes sense. And at the end of the day, if you're going to complain about one thing, you got to be honest about the other. Roosh setting up Jay. What do you think about Rampage and Collision? Speaking of Rampage and Collision.
Well, I'm going to rampage you into this Collision. But if we're being honest about things, Khan ruins every media scrum. He creams everything around me. Dollar bill, yo.
Pause. Oh, wow. Jay White, 1, 2, 3 on Roosh.
Well, I said this in the chat of, could you see a final of it's Jay White versus Bryan Danielson for the winner of the Colostomy Cup?
No.
The Continental Collision, the Continental Drift.
Now that you mention it, I mean, possibly. I have a feeling Mox might stick around and be pretty close because they love Moxley.
That'll be the final of
Bryan versus
groups.
Moxley.
Trust me, I almost feel like they're going to do finals of Group Blue and Group Gold and the final of the tournament all on the same premium live event.
I don't know.
World's End? All at World's End?
Moxley and Daniel are not in the same group, right? They could be setting up like the battle of the BCC.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Tony.
Rush versus Andrade has to happen. I'd be down for it. They were kind of working on that at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Big Nick, there's zero chance this company makes enough money to cover its costs.
Yes. Well, then I answered back with, I did see WrestleNomics, I think, put out a thing of saying that there's damn near almost no way at this point that AEW is profitable.
Mathematically, no. We don't even know truly what he's paying wrestlers. We have no idea how many are truly signed to contracts. We have no idea how much he's paying each of them. Like, how much is Sammy Guevara getting paid to not be on TV? How much does Jericho get paid for all the shit that he does? and he's probably getting paid as as an employee in addition to being a wrestler. So yeah, and then you look at the building costs, not filling them, the cost of the video game. How are you profitable?
But that goes into the great question of how long is, because this is Tony just spending inheritance. This is Tony spending money he didn't make. Respectfully, how long does this go until? And that's not saying that's going, because right now I'd say it's arguably going in a positive direction. But up until now, we're 3 years deep, and it hasn't been on the uptick. And now we're starting to maybe find an uptick.
Yeah.
How long do you let this slide before you maybe, all right, this isn't working out. This
Before
isn't
you
a good
nip it?
investment. I don't even know that.
When
Well,
does he get dixied?
What?
When does Tony get dixied? When does Daddy say?
I don't think
no
he will
more
though,
money?
because that's the thing is Shad's got this philosophy on the whole thing of like, I'm not gonna be around to see you use my money after I'm gone. So let me watch you fucking do what you do, boo boo, with my money now. And I don't know, right? But I don't know. I mean, when the Jacksonville Jaguars are having it show up on the bottom of their television screen, if you like to pay your direct TV bill, make sure to call 1-800
Right.
ampo.com.
Yeah, like when Tony goes home, does he magnet wrestlers to the fridge to show his dad? Like, what's the take here?
He takes the booking card and just puts it to the fridge every day. See, that's what I booked today.
My friends told me I did good.
Well, your friends are the ones you're paying.
I don't think Cody should win the Rumble again. I'm okay if they do it proper. I think if he goes in 1 or 2 and wins it, I'm okay with it.
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso's a crazy show.
It's not a bad shout, though. It's a plausible shout. I understand I would like to throw his name at least in the hat and in the conversation. I know Cody's the odds-on favorite. Jey Uso, to me, is a plausible throw-in.
What about LA Knight?
More likely than Jay, I'll give you that. Not a bad show.
Okay.
If I think, honestly, respectfully, if anyone but Cody wins this, though, it shows that they've moved on. We're not finishing the story. This will be the never-ending story here. We've moved on. Something else is caught in wind.
Yeah, I thought if they were going to make that pivot, they'd turn him on Seth. Like they'd have him and Seth go after each other. That's what I thought.
Is that not a default, though? Like I kind of said initially, that was the default.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. Definitely a backup plan. That's why, I mean, you almost got so many people convinced and locked into this. Finish the story. You're stuck. You either finish the story or it doesn't look good.
Much like we talked about with some of the stuff with AEW right now, have you booked yourself into a situation where whoever loses, someone is going to look weak and take a hard tumble down the card here, I feel.
Possibly.
Like, imagine right now if Eddie, I don't know the matchup that they could put him in, but imagine if Eddie loses his first matchup. I don't want it to happen, but it could happen. Instantly.
Yeah.
Your reigning, defending Ring of Honor and New Japan Strong World Champion looks weak going into a tournament to crown a new Ring of Honor and New Japan Strong World Champion.
Sorry, we're just getting a replay of the Young Bucks. Apparently, Jericho got jumped by Big Bill and Ricky Starks. So you're looking at your future tag team champions, the Golden Jets.
Well, that's what somebody else pointed out earlier of how you were going on about Jericho, but he did technically now him and Kenny earned a world tag title shot after now the Hung Bucks are hanging them up here for a hot minute.
Well, I find what very interesting about the Young Bucks is if you were going to take a sabbatical, why throw the temper tantrum that you did? Because now you look stupid. There's no follow-up to what you did.
Fair enough. I'll give you that. I'm almost more of the whole mindset of, well, Jericho could take a lesson from the Young Bucks and just maybe you take a pause right now. And granted, I don't want Kenny and Ibushi just running house here, but Kenny as a solo guy.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Very good.
We're doing the Tony Khan, the Tony Storm.
Oh, they're missing the giant microphone header and everything like that. The company
Couldn't afford
B,
a
the
podium?
Bugle Boy, all of that shit. They're missing Steve. Where's Steve Rogers out here?
Right? They couldn't afford a podium, Nick? Oh, they're doing it like an award show. And she's like, "Oh my god, I shocked
I
I
was
won."
trying to remember the Steve Harvey fuck up, but I couldn't remember the 2 movies involved.
Oh, I couldn't. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Miss Nebraska. I mean, my bad.
Right.
Tony Storm.
As she's shocked and surprised, and I do kind of find it interesting that they all go to black and white. As the heel gave out, she fell, she stumbled.
I think Luther stepped on her dress, to be honest. The clumsy bastard.
Luther is the fucking wandering bald ape here.
Maria May looking good in black and white, bringing out the belt of all people. Why did that happen?
Because this is yeah, what in the name of leather lingerie is she wearing? But 100%, this is just your Mickey James, Tony Storm stalker angle, 100%. She's got thicker glasses than I do.
They're chanting speech in the building.
It's embarrassing I didn't have anything prepared as I pull out my speech. I would like to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Right. I agree with you,
Bob. What she wants.
Yeah.
Mr. Anthony
they're playing her off. They're playing her off.
Is it interesting, though, that Tony Khan owns multiple businesses, is the heads involved, like higher-ups in multiple companies and everything, and probably the most cordial and most professional he sounded is when Tony Storm's out here saying, Mr. Anthony Khan.
Right? Sorry. They're giving her the what chant. It's hilarious.
Why?
Like, this is not the company that should be whatting.
What is every English teacher from the 1950s and beyond right now with this whole look? And of course, they were all in black and white. If you go back in the history books, everybody the world was black and white. There was no color. We didn't get color until the 60s. That's when the acid was involved.
Dave Meltzer said, I'm Booker of the Year twice, Dad. I like that. Sky Blue! Sky Blue going to go after the world champion after sort of not turning evil?
Please. I'm becoming, honestly, more and more of a fan of Sky Blue here. And it's not because I like the color blue or the wagon, but it could be both.
No wagon influence on this is for.
Well, I didn't say anything singularly. I didn't say they did it conjunctually.
They're not exclusive, is what you're telling me.
They're not. You're right. Nothing's exclusive. They could be joined together.
LA Knight and Bailey for the Rumble. No KJ. No, not magnets. PowerPoints. No, that's someone else's gimmick. He gives his dad PowerPoints. What I did in my vanity project today. Drew Gulak might have something to say about that.
What I learned at boating school, what I learned at wrestling school is no, that's Tony Khan trying to write the fucking booking for AEW. He's just got a good first line and then just distraction the whole time.
Yeah, but you think if AEW bleeds enough money, if they don't re-up with TNT, like what happens if they don't re-up with TNT?
I don't think that's an option. I think they will.
But what if TNT doesn't want them? They're
happy because they will show whatever they need to show. They will move whatever they need to move. They are just happy to be there.
Who want Time Warner?
No, AEW, PK.
Yeah, but I mean, right now the word on the street is that there is
in the hood,
right? Is that there's been issues with the negotiation, and it could be the fact that Time Warner would make more money on a Saturday with reruns of Forrest Gump than they are with Collision, and Dynamite's not exactly dragging in big numbers.
The only way to me I see this being thrown off the air or anything like that is Tony asks for like overvalues what AW is. He
does.
outmarks himself in the business. That's to me the only way that this fails. It will constantly exist. Respectfully, Impact will be here tomorrow night. Will always exist. It'll be out there with the cockroaches of pro wrestling. I think AW is getting into that mark. I joke that it's WCW, but I say that because it makes the same mistakes, but it will always exist because they will always throw money at it.
Yeah. No, again, I think my question becomes, like, I would be very concerned that that they're having issues negotiating.
If
Because
AW goes to a pop TV, it's a big problem. The bubble has popped.
Yeah. Right. Find us on Tubi.
Right. If we're a Hulu exclusive, you got to get a membership and you can watch Dynamite picture in picture free
And then
for 99 cents. Respectfully to Impact, but it was the best of times. It was the blurst of times for Impact or for Dynamite.
And the funniest thing is, have the thought of this: Tony Khan is having issues negotiating with Time Warner, and Time Warner looks down the road and realizes that nobody's paying for Raw yet.
Right. Right.
Could you imagine?
Well, it might be a cold winter then, as they're introducing Sky Blue, and she gets more than 2 gorilla thumbs up.
Need some. That's gonna make gorilla glue.
Fucking volley for serve, my guy. As Anna Jay coming out.
Yes.
And I heard you talk about her a lot while I was on my pause and everything like that. And I wasn't making gorilla glue then. But I think her coming back with Jack Perry needs to happen.
Yeah.
One way or another. Jack Perry needs to come back as just the ultimate douchebag because he's going to get booed.
Yeah. Well, and you need you got to ride a heel spot. You keep him a heel. But I don't know how you get Jack Perry back into this. It's some fucking tricky double dutch right there. Oh, and Soraya's here with her gratuitous high five at the top of the ramp.
Is it interesting that everyone in this match is theoretically a heel?
All night. This is our third heel.
No one's been a baby face.
We don't have any baby faces in AEW.
It's the Vince Russo era, WCW of booking of everybody's gray. Pause. Try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Hatui.
Keyshawn had a funny comment about here it is. My friends were watching the 6-man tag saying, why isn't the ref doing anything?
Do something. Do what you're paid to do.
All right, folks. Who's got a prediction? Triple threat. Julia Hart, Anna Jay, and Ruby Soho.
Julia Hart's not in this match.
I said Julia Hart. I meant Sky Blue.
That's who I'm taking is Sky Blue. You
know what I find funny?
Mm-hmm.
The Continental Classic, nobody's allowed at ringside. So every other match, we're going to have 6 people at ringside.
Seriously, 100%. Everybody got a payday.
As Angelo Parker continues to flirt with Ruby. Yeah, I imagine Sky
roll up for Anna Jay 2 count. Sky Blue for the win. Tracy and I got Sky. Ruby is such a man hit. All right. You do. I don't know. I don't care.
It's all right.
Sky Blue for the win. Sky versus Anna versus Ruby equals slow motion botch fest.
Ding ding. Big suplex by Ruby.
JV out here with, Ruby and Angelo sitting in a tree. KISSIN.
I was going to go a different direction with that.
Probably wasn't as PG as I went.
Definitely not. I'm glad you were saying something. Ruby with a back elbow. Even the commentators don't even talk about the match. Do you think in 2001 Warner Brothers Discovery killed WCW? Partially. With reason.
No,
they might have euthanized it.
It wasn't Warner Brothers Discovery. It was AOL Time Warner.
Time Warner, yeah.
Yeah, that was the the darkest of times. It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. And by
Mhm.
that point, they had bled out long enough. That's the thing is WCW didn't collapse. It bled out.
Yeah, I think Time Warner just kind of, I mean, similar kind of where we talk about AEW of when
They
does the
put Old
network just
Yeller
say,
down.
yeah, like we're not we like you guys, you're great and all, but we're really not doing well with the programming numbers wise.
That should be a disqualification because Daddy Magic there, as he's wearing a tank top that just says "Daddy says no."
As I go to picture in picture, Big Nick.
I have Anna J right now. Stop. Now I got picture in picture, so we're like literally within 10 to 15 seconds of each other. But yeah, Anna J with Daddy Magic and Angela Parker out here just kind of looks like tell me more, tell me more.
Right. That's his gimmick. It works for him.
Love me
He's
some
fucking
cake.
Joni loves Chachi.
Right. Anna J for the win.
Wow, Damien.
KJ Nick, when do you think ESPN will get another wrestling show?
I don't know.
It won't be the two shows I could ever say it would happen, and this is mostly because of now the TKO deal, would be a Royal Rumble or a WrestleMania. Those are
You
the
mean
only
like
two shows
go
I feel like could air on a ESPN.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, a weekly show going to ESPN might be a little trickier. I think one of the perks of like CW is accessible, right? So you're going to limit the households if you go to ESPN, I think. So,
Oh yeah, no. I was never
yeah.
looking at it as a
Mhm.
weekly show goes to
Yeah.
ESPN. I'm looking at it of like how AEW does strictly Bleacher, at least in the
Yeah.
US, for its premium live events.
Mhm.
If we moved away from Peacock or we're going to do something special, a cross branding thing or whatever, and it's also airing on ESPN Plus and on as well as Peacock Plus or whatever the fuck. It would be a Royal Rumble, it'd be a WrestleMania. It's one of your top two shows.
Yeah.
That's
You're
your
not wrong.
that's your reintroduction to the grand universe.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Your
I like
casual viewers will still be flipping through when you tune on ESPN and hey, it's WrestleMania. Hey, I remember when Hulk Hogan used to be out there with Ric Flair and all this shit. And you just still click on and you got access because it's ESPN.
Yeah, I don't know. AEW is a tax write-off for the cons. Yeah, that's what I think part of this is. Like, fuck it, lose all the money you want. It goes up
And
against
now if only they could write off that direct TV bill.
KJ Nick got that one. Cakes have layers. They all have layers. They're like onions.
And we have layers, and you should make sure you hit all them layers and all them links and all them buttons and everything like that. 100%. Like we've said before, we are in the season of giving. So 100%. The best thing you can do, especially when you're around your families for Thanksgiving and everything like that, when you're having that awkward conversation because your uncle brought up politics that you don't want to talk about and everything like that, or somebody asked about how your dating life and everything at the Thanksgiving table, you can always bring up the Wrestling for Life Network. 100%. You can talk about that wrestling. You can talk about Will Ospreay signing with AEW. Is CM Punk going to show up back in WWE? Randy Orton's back.
Facts. Boston said Impact is going to be a clip show tomorrow. Yeah, they're going to show. They're doing a Thanksgiving special. We will be here live tomorrow. Luna and Anthony will be doing their thing. They might have a couple tricks up their sleeves if the actual Impact show is not doing what it's supposed to. So tune in for that. They're going to be talking wrestling all night long. And yeah, Impact's going to be a reliving the classic Thanksgiving Impact moments.
Well, and still, I think you'd be in enough of a tryptophan coma and everything like that. It might still seem like a live show of Impact if you've taken enough the turkey and the libations.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Be here for it.
WFE was on TBS longest time ago when it was the Superstation was called Black Saturday when Vince bought out. Yeah, and then Turner and then proceeded to just get the fuck off my station. 100%. That's why you had the billionaire Ted segments and everything like that with the huckster and the Nacho Man, because they were just trying to take the piss. That was, again, very much like you said, what they could do with AEW. WWE has a history of just being petty and just being like upset about like, well, you insulted us, so I'm going to make sure I run you into the ground now.
Yeah, I would just bury. Oh, wow. Ed J with the big move. I got Sky. Sky. Dun, 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 dun. Everyone's going Sky. Got that one already. Love me some cake.
Stop eating my sesame cake.
Even look how Fox dropped SmackDown because while it's a highly rated show, it doesn't appeal to advertisers. That's not exactly factual, C-Money. They were overpaying and they wanted a better deal, but they weren't exactly WWE's not having any issues. Oh, this magic moment. Your lips were close to mine. Oh,
Because
Mama
she's the
Soraya.
girl all the bad guys want.
Again, when do grown-ups act like this?
I mean, at last, my love has come along.
So Ruby's having a quarrel with Soraya, Sky Blue, Pancakes, Anna J, and the former Jericho Society has lost all their matches tonight.
Right. The former JAS, and why am I blanking on the team of Ruby and Soraya?
Outcasts.
There we go. Thank you.
Because we don't talk about them.
Because they've been outcasted out of my memory 100%. This seems like what I would imagine a hot topic break room argument looks like.
It's just, to me, it's insane. Like, could you, like, these are adults, and this one adult likes this guy, and the other adult's chastising her like she's a child.
This is the hot topic version of Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, Wardlow's working out with Renee Paquette. Pause.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to lift all of this. I pick it up and I put it down. I don't even know what it is. It's part of a barricade. Yeah, I pick it up. I put it down. Yeah.
WWFE was on TBS long ass time ago. Yeah, that was a power move back then too. When it was a superstation, it was called Black Saturday.
Imagine though if WWE signs Wardlow.
Oh, wait, what? Sorry.
If WWE were to sign Wardlow, because I'm assuming he might be out there in the abyss here pretty soon.
AR Fox talking to Wardlow. Wardlow giving him a kiss, and it's over. Bye-bye, AR. So we're going to get Wardlow AR.
Glasgow Kiss. Wardlow and Drew McIntyre as a team, confirmed.
And reach for the sky. Mark Briscoe. Is this the main event? Lots of time.
Let's see. Well, yeah, we've already got everything else except for Moxley and Briscoe. So I believe so, sir.
20 minutes high. Here we come. Because Moxley won't go under. And Mark Briscoe shouldn't.
He won't sell shit, and I hate that.
Yeah. I don't like Moxley in this tournament. I would have rathered someone else.
I at the same time, I like Briscoe in it.
Mm-hmm. No, I love Briscoe in it because, again, it's a guy who's kind of underutilized, and you keep him away from stupid storylines with Jeff Jarrett, and you put him in a place where he can shine for what he can do.
Yeah, but you're putting him in with a guy where he can shine. If it's going to be a fucking, they're going to kill each other in the ring, but at the same time, no one's going to sell a goddamn thing. If you're expecting ring psychology, if you're expecting a story in this match, good fucking luck.
Yeah. No, you're 100%. Like, what do you do? What do you do? And I mean, an interesting aspect of this tournament is all three, well, don't count Yuta, but 3 of the 4 members technically of the BCC are in this tournament, and 2 of them are in the same division.
Now, see though, would this not feel a little bit differently if, as we've got Moxley coming out here, like he's walking out for a jiu-jitsu tournament and everything like that, if you tone some of this shit back with some of these people and everything to an extent of like Moxley's not constantly in every fucking match and everything, and you went like you mentioned earlier of this is like a season, it's like this is your tournament bracket you do once a year. You don't do a Royal Rumble or anything like that. Like this is your this time of the year, your version of a Survivor Series, a G1, whatever the fuck you want to label it as. But this sets up your storylines going forward, and this sets up your number one contender for the world title. There is a ton of potential here.
There is. I mean, again, I think it's an opportunity to play to your strength, which is the matchmaking, where we'll just throw two really good people in the ring and let them do their thing. So,
well, that's match quality, not matchmaking.
Yeah. Well, what?
I just throwing two people in the ring and they're going to have a good match. I said that's just banking on more of the talent that you have versus matchmaking of expecting that like you're planning so and so versus so and so type thing is mildly splitting the hair there.
Yeah, no. What I was saying is just you have the opportunity because you don't write the best angles or stories or come up with the best reasons for shit. You just have to book it. You just got to put two guys like what we're seeing tonight. Wow, they're swinging. Okay.
Yeah, but they normally just book kind of good talent versus good talent. But that's the problem is 95% of the time it has no story, no build, no reason to it. At least if you have a tournament construct around it to give it some shape, a scaffolding, at least it helps.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was explaining. Like as far as I think it plays to their strengths really well.
Fair enough. As we're getting,
you hope the matches tell stories. You hope rivalries come from the matches.
Fair enough. I'll give you that. I agree with that. As Briscoe with a throat chop to Moxley here. As this is then literally just Chop City here.
Coming out hard hitting. Again, I just want to see Mox sell some shit.
Good luck.
The other guys are good.
Which comes first, the leap year or Moxley selling something?
You bite in the forehead or the ear. No, it looked like an ear.
Well, he heard it was a cauliflower ear, and he was waiting for a side dish, so he started just chomping on it.
Get me some ranch.
On a side note, just quick question: is there a Thanksgiving dish you avoid like the Black Plague?
No. Like, I mean, I'd have to.
This man, I take on all foods.
I don't much care for again. It depends on like something I'll never have with it. It was like a Brussels sprout or fuck Brussels sprouts. Know what I've never had?
What?
Candy yams. It's not a thing that I've ever seen in person.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I
probably my mind.
I know the missus notoriously does glazed carrots as normally a feature around us for Thanksgiving. I don't know how I feel about the cranberry sauce there that just still comes out and takes the same shape as the tin can it was just in. Fucking Oscar the Grouch side dishes.
I didn't really eat cranberry sauce till I was like in my 30s. I was like, fuck it, it's there. I'm gonna try it.
Fair enough. It looks like Jell-O. It must taste like Jell-O.
How bad could it be? No, I don't mind cranberry sauce. Yeah, there's nothing really I avoid. I'm a sucker for mashed potatoes or any potatoes really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm
spoken like a true hobbit. Potatoes.
As Mark Briscoe on the outside, pitcher and pitcher. Here we go.
Alexis saying could be a final BCC versus BCC, like you said.
I think so.
Need some redneck kung fu. What is everybody's uncle on Thanksgiving? So don't worry. If you haven't seen it tonight, you might see it tomorrow.
All right. Look at 4-0, 4-0, 3-1. Sky Blue wins. Yes, she did. That's for money. Damien, congrats on the belt.
But so I will ask you, as we're getting an advertisement for it, you had your comments earlier. How do you feel that Collision and Rampage are going toe-to-toe with Survivor Series this week.
They're not going toe-to-toe. They just happen to be there. Like, it's not, they're not competing. It's not a thing. It just so happened that you decided to put a weekly show on a night that we like to do pay-per-views. To me, it's irrelevant. I know some of the WWE diehards are crowing of like, we're going to kill them. Well, it's not really the same.
So it's one of those, it's been so much slam that now it's not competition anymore of like, we just expect that we're going to dominate.
Oh, I mean, the domination is no question. It's going to be, multiple times over.
You could say a nation of domination.
Right? My curiosity will be, how low will the numbers be for Rampage and Collision this week? That's the big question. Not how much can they do, how much sinking can they avoid?
Quicksand.
Yeah. Like, to me, like, again, the WWE fans that are, beating this drum of, we're going to kill them, we're going to kill. I mean, it's the Harlem Globetrotters, guys. We're not going to celebrate the dub. We're going to act like we've been there before. It's not even on the radar. SmackDown they mailed in SmackDown, and for all the bitching and moaning about, look, they stacked an NXT. Oh, well, you're going up against SmackDown. Oh, that's not a big deal. We don't want. Well, wait, isn't that the comparable? How is NXT the bar that you're trying to beat? So you would have woohooed if you beat NXT, but you don't want to fight SmackDown, but your competition.
That's, you went against Jordan, you went against Kobe, you went against LeBron, whatever. In the preseason, they put 40 up on you. So we're like, we're not going to poke the bear on that. So when they put fucking 35 on us, then at least it's not so bad.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it is, right? Is, when you're playing, you're in a battle.
Briscoe's bleeding, by the way, as we're in picture.
I can't believe we got blood in a Moxley match. I think AEW could have went.
Check that off your holiday bingo card.
Yeah, you like that sarcasm. But you think they could avoid blood for a week? No blood on your TV after we watched a man drink blood on your show on Saturday. Can we just avoid?
Valid.
Do we need blood this match? The Continental Cup, 2 guys going toe-to-toe, can't just have a wrestling match. Somebody's got to bleed.
That is actually really one of the best points right there. You just had an entire match that its biggest selling point was the blood and the guts and the fucking catastrophe and calamity and everything like that. I respect, though, that you like Mark Briscoe versus John Moxley is going to be a hard-hitting fight. But guess what? You can have a hard-hitting fight and nobody bleeds. It's amazing. Look at how many MMA fights, how many UFC fights you have that are slobber knockers, and guess what? Nobody fucking bleeds.
Right. No, but dude, it's like this. If anyone's ever lived at a Moxley, wow, exploder.
I like this. Mark bleeding before Mox. What the fuck? Outrageous.
Right.
Accusations.
That's the big twist of the night.
Right.
No, what I was going to say is, if you've ever lived at a busy intersection and when you first move there and you get that first car crash outside your door and everyone's all like, you go running out like, holy fuck, what happened? But by the 50th crash, it doesn't mean shit anymore. You hear bang, oh, another one, right? You're just listening to the that's what this has become.
Is that why I have my opinion on AEW? Because I live in the ghetto. I'm just used to this car crash shit.
All the time, right? You're numb to it, though, right? Like,
right.
It's no different than anything else.
You ever seen Little Nicky? The scene where the demons try to make the Globetrotters lose just to piss people off?
Yeah.
Release the good.
Release Big Nicky over here.
Pause. Yeah. I am the antithesis of Little Nicky, I guess. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you can have that.
Tony Khan booking like Tithead.
He said it, not me. Cancel him, not me.
Moxley selling nothing. Paradigm. Wow.
Well, I got Briscoe biting Moxley here.
What do you got?
I got the Paradigm.
Okay. I got both men down.
And no sell the Paradigm into a running boot.
Both men down.
Is it
back and forth
interesting
match.
that theoretically the most, like the first drinking of blood spot on AEW is Hangman sitting there just sitting under the water fountain that is Swerve. Meanwhile, Moxley's constantly biting people in the foreheads and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like he's a fucking walker from The Walking Dead.
I don't know when biting somebody became a standard, like, we should do this all the time. It's like becoming the new super kick.
It makes you question what's left in their catering that they're so hungry they've got to bite each other to fucking get any bit of nourishment and everything.
Well, they have to outdo themselves, so they don't even want to know what Mox is planning to do with the blood on that.
Just a snow angel.
Right? Like, here, quick, take this IV. What?
No, sad part is I said that if I could see Mox doing, or somebody on GCW doing a snow angel in fucking blood.
Fucking hell.
It get XPW 100%.
Dude,
I feel like that's a spot that's probably already happened.
Huge clothesline. There it is. And Mark's going to run the job for Moxley easily.
Oh, I don't.
Kicked out. He kicked out.
2. Kick out.
Let's go.
Mox do some jobs. Mox do some jobs and take some pauses for the causes.
Sell something.
Anything. At least sell that you're alive. You weren't there. That you can feel pain. You're not Luke Cage.
Mm-hmm. Right. Popeye's chicken is the shit. Try me to the deep south. I'm from the deep south. I'd be more worried about him going to Japan and working a match with Okada, giving 0 Fs. How hard he goes. New Japan will let Danielson go full throttle. AEW lets him go full throttle. Let's not be silly, Daniel.
AEW lets them go full throttle with guys that can't handle somebody like Danielson going full throttle. New Japan can handle someone going full throttle. Example why it's almost more hazardous watching Kenny Omega have an AEW match than it is watching him have a New Japan match.
Mox with the stomp.
Like, I love Kenny in New Japan. Not so much with Kenny in AEW.
No, it's over.
5.
It's over. It's over. 2-minute overrun. Moxley with the paradigm shift.
5-minute overrun.
Great match. Out of the 3 Continental Classic matches tonight, that was my least favorite.
Your favorite?
Least. Oh,
no,
what
I'm
was
asking
my favorite?
which was your favorite?
Swerve. I think the first match was the best of the 3 with Jay Lethal, oddly enough.
Well, so you said the Jay. Yeah,
Jay
well,
Lethal.
Swerve. Well, I know I heard Jay and my brain went to Jay White.
Yeah, right.
You're going that match. But yeah, no, I think that's more of just based on the momentum Swerve has behind him. Yeah, honestly,
possibly. And again,
also that kicked off the show. That's an untapped and untainted audience.
And again, I just feel like, and I know I'm harping on it a little bit, but I've seen every Moxley match. We can skip to the end because we know exactly what's going to happen. There's going to be 3, 4, 5 finishers. He's not going to get hurt by anything. He's the fucking Terminator of AEW.
As Moxley forcing him to have a handshake, but that's 100% a valid ass point, and why I think the Bucks taking a pause is warranted. Jericho needs to take a pause. Moxley needs to take a pause is because, like you said, we've seen all the matches. There is nothing any of those 4 competitors could do right now that to me is going to be unexpected. That's going to really get me excited behind anything because I feel like I've had it all. I've reigned the gamut of what you can offer me.
Yeah. Go take a breather. All right, just quick question on a side note as they were bringing up the bracket and we're getting more matches on Collision. But are you surprised Darby's not in this, or is it just because he's tied up with shit?
He's tied up. He's training to climb Mount Everest.
You clown the mountain, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to climb the mountain. Yeah, 100%. That clown thinks he's going to climb Mount Everest, but
so we're just going off the air with a very long match outro.
A lot of Moxley just selling my jaw.
Not a lot of to be continued on this show as far as like a hanger on.
Yeah, how do you feel though? Like, I'm worried like we're gonna slide like an Eddie Kingston match on Collision,
We
going toe
are.
to toe with Survivor Series, right? But then you're gonna have so and so in the locker room that can say, "Well, see, you didn't draw shit because so and so paid attention to my match. This is the match that this is the rating my match drew, and your match did that shit."
I
When you're
believe that
setting
was
people up, Collision has been a show set up to fail.
I believe that was part of the thing when CM Punk was in charge. It gave the opportunity for the Bucks and the Bucks camp to say, "Well, look, this guy can't draw numbers." Well, they had more numbers when he was there than they have now. But yeah, I mean, it's a tough spot, man. 7
Right,
minute
but
overrun.
so what is everybody's rating for AEW Dynamite as we're going into a Thanksgiving evening here? Where was it? B40 at the Love Shack. Khan is booking AEW into oblivion. Yeah, I don't think this was terrible for AEW. It was capitalizing on the momentum you had from Full Gear. I just don't think they fully. You could have had a first down, you ran for 5 yards.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it right now with AEW is I feel like AEW was plugging along, doing really well. We were all very excited about AEW, but Tony Khan hit an iceberg. And the question for me right now as an AEW fan is, can Tony Khan patch the ship and get it back on course? Full Gear was a good pay-per-view. Tonight, I didn't mind tonight. I don't like there's some issues, some flaws, but they all have their problems, and some simplistic shit that they just could change. But I enjoyed Dynamite tonight.
I enjoyed it. I think, granted, I don't think it fully hit an iceberg like you said. I think it's more of we're riding a ship and it's taken on a lot of water,
Taking
and
on water.
we've started. We got to batten down the hatches here a little bit. Like, we're recovering from taking on water versus we've hit an iceberg and we're taking on water.
Yeah, no, I just but yeah, I mean, he's got work to do. And I mean, for with the exception of the people who watched and are just bought into the Kool-Aid the whole time, outside of those people, you got some work to do to convince us that this show's worth tuning into every week.
Right. Joe Black saying that was Dynamite, and if there's a man that knows about mid, being a Giants fan, 100%. So he's the authority on mid. Like B40, 4.5. If it was in Japan, I'd give it 6. I see you, Dave Meltzer.
You're not
fuck off. This was funny with your analogy. It's Titanic adjacent.
right.
That was great. 7.5, 6.3, 6.9. I see what you did there, Boston. 8, 7.5. You guys have a good Thanksgiving, says Eric. Joe Black popping. Nick Thuringer needs added us Giants fans. 100%. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I'm the only team that plays in New York. Y'all are Jersey Jets and Jersey Giants. You can have that.
Define
That's
play.
What you should be mad at.
Define play.
What are you, Bill Clinton? I'm gonna add what the word is.
Nope, that's it, folks.
In hell.
Did you want to give a rating this eve?
You first. You're the regular here. I am just a guest in the house of KJ.
I think I'm going to give tonight's Dynamite a solid 7. It probably could get a 7.5 if I'm feeling generous. But I mean, I enjoyed 3 of the matches. I thought the ladies' match was fine. I don't care about the trios fluff match, but not every match has got to be a barn burner on a weekly show. So I forgive that. Again, it's just some of the shit that we don't need on the show that hurts the show. That's why I'm like, 7, because you have good matches, but then you have dumb shit. Like, I mean, Joe and MJF was good, but
that was great.
MJF.
The first hour of Dynamite, great. The second hour, Oh boy, did we phone that in. That's like when you have the first course at Thanksgiving and it tastes great, and the second course you're like, I immediately regret all of my decisions.
Right.
That's why I'll agree with you. I'll give it a 7. I think it's more close to 6.5, 6.75. If I was gonna side any sort of tip the scale, it goes backwards versus forwards.
Yeah.
Um, again, much like most people would wish after Thanksgiving, if you wish the scale goes backwards instead of forwards.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, shit.
I talk about AEW all the time. It was actually an okay event 5. So admitting I talk shit, but it's still mid.
Yeah. Like, oh, you know what? It was a good one. Maybe a 5. But no, I mean, like I said,
Right. You get a mid.
I try and give credit where it's due. Again, in a perfect world, Tony would be writing stories, but let's at least get good matches. I thought the Moxley match at the end really took a little bit of air out of me because I really like Mark Briscoe. I don't want him to be a jobber in this tournament, and I'm sick of Moxley. And I'm sick of, like, how cool would it have been tonight if the show ended and Mark Briscoe had surprised and upset Moxley?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. And well, like Real was kind of talking about with the tournament matches, absolutely that would have been great. And well, you said about taking the air out of things. Well, I feel like there was Nick Wayne's mom who might have had the air put into her pause here.
Pause.
Uh, and everything of I know I was on a pause or we were moving in and out here of I still that to me that was such an like an awkward segment more than anything.
None of it makes sense. That's the problem. And
Slow
why
it
I think
down, slow way down.
like what?
No, I was just saying of that whole segment slow the show down.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I agree. Like it just again, a wrestler said to another wrestler, "Why is your mom here?" I can't think of in 25 years, 30 years of watching wrestling, I've ever heard a wrestler say to another wrestler, "Why is your mom here?" until recently.
What is conversation that I feel like the best friends have had at least a
Right.
time or two here. But to me, it's more of Luchasaurus. You make him bend the knee and then turn around and say publicly out loud, right where he can hear it, of don't ever make someone make you bend the knee. And then
To
he
the other
just
guy.
feels like, I don't know what to do. It's like you should have snapped in that moment. Be your fucking own man. Be your
Well,
dinosaur.
yeah, and I think my bigger issue with it, Nick, is that I want, Christian should have came out tonight and said this is bullshit. I didn't take the pin. Lucha took the pin. Da 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 da. Copeland comes out and addresses the issue, and we focus on Edge versus Christian.
Mhm.
But Nick Wayne's mom comes out. Lucha steps in between. Oh, so wait, you are a loyal servant to Christian, unless it's Nick Wayne's mom. Shayna's the one that's going to make you give up on this guy that you've committed yourself to,
Wait,
apparently.
well, can we even call Luchasaurus that anymore now? Do we have to call him Kill Switch? Is that his new name?
No, I'm not doing it. Strength and kill switch was stupid as shit.
Every time I hear Kill Switch, I remember the first guy that died in the fucking Suicide Squad movie.
Right?
Just did the jobber shit real quick.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the story is better if Edge is going up against a unified patriarch. If he has to deal with all three of those guys on the same page, now you're teasing dissension with Lucha. That makes the heel champion weaker, and I don't want him weaker right now. You can have Lucha turn when that's the storyline, but you don't want him turning during the Copeland storyline.
This is setting up a Lucha versus Christian feud when we still haven't gotten the Adam Copeland versus Christian feud.
Exactly. Messy. Messy. It's kind of like the Joe situation. I love Joe. I like what happened tonight, but we still haven't got answers on Adam Cole, on Roderick Strong, on the mask. Like, okay, I guess we'll pay attention to Joe now. It happened to Jay White where he completely got overshadowed by all the side stories.
Right. Bash, yes, it was his finisher move. It's
Right.
also a band that ends in engage. But
Good
again, I still joke of CM Punk confirmed because they did his initial theme.
man.
And who's Milton? What?
What? Milton Bradley.
Christian said, no, you're good. Christian said, get on your knees to another man way too many times for my liking tonight. Valid. Eddie Kingston says he's defending his championship the whole tournament. Yeah, and then Tony said, no, there will be a new champion at the end, but not every match is a championship match.
Ooh. No. Judy Bagwell. Touche.
Oh, no.
And that sucked too.
Right. Well, she's the fucking Sue Beretta of fucking AEW.
I would be okay with a Nick Wayne's mom on a pole match, though.
No, I think you just want to watch Nick Wayne's mom on a pole.
Maybe.
Yeah, expose him. I like Larry's comment. Oh no, 24 hours of Christmas vacation, 20 hours too long. I guess on a side note, on a side tangent, because we're in the holiday spirit and everything like that, because it is Thanksgiving. Favorite holiday movie?
Just said it, Christmas Vacation and Die Hard.
I was gonna say Die Hard. Die Hard counts as a Christmas movie. God damn it! I will challenge you on it.
I adore Christmas Vacation. It's ridiculous, and I've seen it so many times, and I still laugh at the dumb shit.
Oh, what about A Christmas Story though? Of Fragile must be Italian,
right?
Fuck.
A good classic. I think Die Hard takes the cake, though.
Oh no, Die Hard is a movie you can watch year round. It takes the cake on any holiday movie,
right? I try and watch Die Hard with a Vengeance around July 4th.
America, fuck yeah.
Tony's gimmick would be way better if it had the WWE machine behind it. Doesn't really fit AEW. She stands out in AEW.
They wouldn't do this in WWE, and if they did, it would. If they did, really? This is already too sweet for my sugar tooth here and everything like that. If they did this in WWE, this is over camp. They would be over camp here.
But they would 100% do this type
of thing. It'd be comedy upon comedy. They've done it. It's just called Maxine Dupuis. It's just not black and white.
Well, just remember the comparable that someone else gave us as far as like a Dustin Rhodes, that Gold Dust vibe, doing all the Hollywood shit, but for Tony, I think this feels more like a WWE gimmick than an AEW gimmick. She does stand out in this division for that reason.
Right. And so that's the thing to me. If I'm TK, I got a hot potato. I need to ride that shit out here. Pause.
Mm-hmm. Chicago Blackhawks honestly lost 7-3 to Columbus. Son of a...
Why does that sound like a baseball score more than a fucking hockey score?
Oh, I kindly left 16 points on.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
There you go. Again, give me Home Alone 1 and 2 any day.
1. What?
I like 2 too. I like the Sticky Bandits. It's good.
That was in the 1.
Sticky Bandits, but when they go to New York and he gets slapped in the face.
Yeah, no.
They were the Wet Bandits.
I'll give you 1.
In the second one.
Miss me beyond Home Alone 1.
And that's incorrect. They were the Sticky Bandits in 2. They were the Wet Bandits in 1.
I don't care about the damn name. Give me Marv and Joe Pesci in 1 with Keep the Change, You Filthy Animal, all of that. It got me fucking with the polka band in the back of the fucking U-Haul and everything. Beyond that, you can have that.
John Candy.
Right.
If Randy Quaid Randy Quaid's the funniest shit. Hey, the shitter was backed up.
The shitter's full.
Randy Quaid allowed in the States yet? I have no idea what that is.
I don't even know if Randy that man just went into he when he said, "Hi boys, I'm back." He just believed that shit fully. He just lost his marbles.
Christian was the best part of the show. He was definitely the funniest part of the show.
Bad Santa, my favorite Christmas movie.
I like that one. It's a good one.
Vance. That'll be a whole tier list we need to do around the holiday season. The Pepsi in the wine glass in the limo with a slice of pizza.
No, I like the get on your knees and tell me you love me.
You would like that.
It's Christian. It was Christian's early gimmick.
I still like keep the change, you filthy animal. I'm going to give you to the count of 10 to get your no good blood sucking keister off my lawn. 1, 2, 10.
Silent Night, Bad Santa is a good pull.
Silent Night's not a bad show. Is that the one? Well, there's the one with Goldberg to where he plays Santa, and then there's the one to where what's his name from Stranger Things, and he plays Black Widow's dad in the Black Widow movie. He plays Santa, and that's actually a really good movie.
What's the is it shit?
Krampus?
No, that sucks.
No, I like Krampus. You don't like Krampus?
War Games is just blood and guts without most of the blood.
No, what is blood and guts is just War Games with the blood cheat code from fucking Mortal Kombat initiated in there.
Right. But yeah, no, what's the other one? It doesn't matter. But
Artist in 4 Christmases. That's a fucking weird cut.
It's a funny movie. What is your favorite thing? Turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey. I know it sounds stupid, but turkey.
Man's out here with the giblets, 100%.
Big fan. Billy Bob, 4 Christmases. All right, folks. We're going to pack it up, call it a night, go take some rest.
Oh, Friday after next is 100% a shout out for a holiday movie. I am a boy, Damon.
Pimp down.
Pimp in distress. Well, 100% pimp in distress tonight, this evening.
Hundo P, my guy. But folks, like I said, we are back tomorrow for Impact and maybe some other stuff. Luna and Havoc and Anthony will be here. Friday, we get SmackDown, No Collision. Saturday, we got Survivor Series. And we will keep an eye on AEW at the same place, but we probably won't notice much. So thank you for being here tonight. Make sure you click all those links below. Be a friend, tell a friend. Join the family if you haven't done it already. And we're almost there. Our Thanksgiving wish, when we get that wishbone, is going to be 3K. Let's go.
100%. 1032, pimp down, pimp in distress. You got anything to say before I roll into the outro here?
I kindly left 16.5 points on my bench for you to give you a chance.
No, don't act like that's some Thanksgiving shit. You just fucked up and forgot. But anyways, 100%. Thank you from our family to yours, 100%, that you have given us any bit of time. 100% is greatly appreciated. And again, still the best gift you can give outside of a fucking side plate with some turkey and everything like that and some mashed potatoes is giving them the gift of Wrestling for Life Network. But 100%, our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about the wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
Folks, we are thankful for you, and we will see you on the flip side. Have a good night.